Hello, hello. Good evening. Thank you for the pad. Thank you. Come in. I hope you're all doing well on this Wednesday night. Oh, welcome back to Flowers, where I left all of us on a very big cliffhanger last time. On a cliffhanger so big I don't even remember like fully what the actual story was behind it either. To be fair, it has been like 5 years since I last played this game. It has been a long time since the last Wednesday stream. That's right. I'm so glad. It's only gonna be for this week probably that I can stream on Wednesday. I don't know about next week yet, but that's gonna be next week. We'll worry about that next week. Tonight is a Wednesday stream, and that's nice. That's all I want. If I sound more tired than usual, it's because I am. I'm also still nursing a massive headache. If it takes me a little longer to react to pretty much anything, it's just gonna be it. But I didn't want to not stream the game at all. So we're just gonna have a very... I mean, it's a very relaxing game. It is a very calm visual novel, so it's like, you know what, I can stream that. That's perfectly fine. I don't have to think a lot. Just gonna enjoy. Thank you for the pad. Yeah, no rushing, just vibing. Hi Bubba, good evening. No, there's no cuties, no. It's just some girls figuring out their lives, which is very nice. Let's see, where did I know I left us. Yeah, I left us right. We're still in chapter 1. Right towards the end, we already figured out what happened to the bunnies, but we told everyone pretty much a bullshit story, just so there would be no blame towards just one person. But we're actually gonna clear up the entire case for real this time. No, you will not. I'm not going to Dokumi this year. I don't have the money or the place to sleep or time off, so I'm not going this year. Visual novel without you still playing QT at random intervals. Just like Netflix when you're not watching for, like, you've been having it run and it doesn't ask. Like, you're having it run in the background, it never asks me. It only asks me when I'm actively watching a series and actively clicking on the next episode. That's when they ask me whether I'm still watching. Like, what the hell? Would you like to continue playing? I would, actually. I would like to continue playing because this is a very nice game. 5 seconds and shuts the game. I mean, it would make for an interesting mechanic. I'm gonna invite you to another content. I am definitely I'm gonna go to Dokumi next year. There's so many friends going this year, especially friends that I only made, you know, since the last Dokumi. I'm so sad that I don't get to see anyone. So for next year, I'm gonna try and be really early on, like getting the tickets, getting a place to sleep, because I don't want to miss out on another year. The QTEs in the letter throwing you off. There's QTEs in the letter? Oh god, Jesus. What does that game not have? Like, it has a flowchart, it has like 1,500,000 different versions of how the story goes, depending on what you do at any given point in time. It has full English voice acting, not bad. Now it has QTEs, I have to play that game at some point. You gotta survive the ghost somehow. Oh, okay, that's good to know, actually. I feel so bad for not having played the letter yet. I've owned it for quite a while. And I mean, they did read, like, we've played Saintmaker, which came out way after the letter, and that one wasn't even on me getting it, but they reached out to me and were like, hey, are you interested in playing our game? I'm like, I haven't even played you at the game yet. Ooh. And I loved Saintmaker. I'm definitely gonna love the letter. Even though I've seen some scenes that are quite gruesome, not gonna lie. It's so long. Yeah, I'm not gonna make that one a stream project. I saw how that went for Hina, but I'm gonna definitely play it for myself sometime. Yeah, we're not gonna play horror today. We're gonna. You should get you from the artist alley. Let me know. Actually, yeah. I think I'm gonna have a look and see what artists are there that I know, and then I'm gonna let you know. Maybe if you come across some of their booths. Cause I'm so sad. Like, Nu managed to get a table this year, and I can't come by. I'm so sad. But next year for sure. Okay. Let's see where we stopped here. Yeah. Oh, I'm in a good mood. It's just I am sleep deprived. I do not have enough blood in my body. My head feels like it's gonna split open any second now. I am in a good mood. It just doesn't translate very well to my voice. Watch him get shot from the cannon. Yeah! I need to see that happen. I do not know why we're putting Nu in the cannon, but I need to see it happen. Yeah, just drained. Exactly. You're also sleep deprived? Well, I hope you're not sleep deprived because you were up until 4 AM going to and from hospitals. Okay. In the words of the Russian playwright Anton Chekhov, if you say in the first chapter that there's a rifle hanging on the wall, in the second or third chapter it absolutely must go off. It's a dramatic principle that means you mustn't have any unnecessary or irrelevant elements to your story. I follow after the girl in my wheelchair, quite aware that my actions are basically pointless. But according to Chekhov, if you say in the first chapter that there's a rifle hanging on the wall, in the second or third chapter it absolutely must go off, that's how it goes. What's that called? Chekhov's... Wait, that's not... Wait, is that the... Chekhov's gun? Why do I know that saying? It was probably mentioned in Umineko at some point. There's a narrative principle that states that every element in a story must be necessary and irrelevant elements should be removed. For example, if a writer features an element in a story, there must be a reason for it, such a thing. Oh... Okay. Yeah. Interesting. It's just too warm to sleep. Oh yeah. Oh, it's pretty alright here. I had a fan running the entire day though. Everyone open, it's the cover, no blanket. Oh no. I'm still a under the blanket sleeper. Even if it's warm out, I need something covering me. You always forget what that means and then you look it up, forget about it the next time you see it. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to tell you what that means either. I've heard of Chekhov's gun though, for sure because of Umineko. For sure. The case of the disappearing bunnies has been resolved, but some mysteries still remain. The issues I was hoping to settle have all been settled and any misunderstandings cleared up. So this is... I don't really know who or what I'm doing this for. I just know that I want to interrogate the girl who slipped out of the dormitory and is now walking along ahead of me. I want to ask her the whereabouts of the gun. I continue tailing her, making sure to keep my distance. As I'd expected, she makes her way not toward the school, but along the little path leading over to the town. Where does a wise man hide a leaf? In the forest, but heading somewhere out of sight is usually best, of course. As I watch her walking along, I think to myself about why I'm doing this. I'd originally deduced that the rabbit's disappearance stemmed from an error on everyone's part. That was a bluff. It was a conclusion I'd landed on so that everyone might share the pain equally. The real reason, the truth, had come to me thanks to a niggling doubt that kept tugging at the corners of my mind. All my suspicions had eventually coalesced into a clear image of what really happened. The reason behind the disappearance of the rabbits. The rabbits had fallen ill. They were sneezing the entire time. Right, working from that basis, I can follow the thread of logic. The motif is still unclear, but it works as a reason for her to hide the rabbits. Yes, her. Who is the culprit behind the rabbit's disappearance? Dun dun dun! Dun. Much the story needs to serve a purpose. Yeah. Yeah, we know what Chekhov's gun is now. I mean, personally, I would say that makes sense, yeah. Because otherwise, especially in a mystery story, if something like seemingly random gets mentioned, I will be like, that's gonna come into play sooner or later. And then when it doesn't come into play, I will feel, why did they mention it if it's not gonna be a part of the plot? Yeah, no worries. The image in my head becomes crystal clear. I have to ask her why she did it. I see her cutting down a side path as I'd expected, and I push my chair forward to turn off after her. She's standing by the trunk of some giant tree. With another CG? Yay! Opposite of foreshadowing to ignore Chekhov's gun. Gazing down at its roots, dipped in the rays of the setting sun, her expression looks just as annoyed as ever. But she's not straining her eyes. It's like she's puzzled and irritated at herself for what she's doing, confused of her own emotion.
Takasaki.
I call out her name and her eyes narrow softly like she's meeting an old friend. I make my way toward her, navigating the uneven ground with care. I declare.
言っているのいや、それこそこっちの話ってやつか。まあなんだ、座りが悪いからさ、なんであんな真似をしたのか聞きに来たんだよ。
Standing there next to the tree, Takasaki doesn't respond. She just stares intently at me as though trying to read my intentions from the look on my face.
ここに私がいる時点でわかるだろ。お前がさらった子ウサギの件だよ。
Oops. Where did my cursor go?
あの話は済んだことでしょ？
Not really.
ああ、対外的にはな。あの結末は私が望んだことだ。でも、真相ってやつも明かしておかないと座りが悪い。なあ、高崎。いなくなった2羽の子ウサギはもう亡くなっているんだろ？
She doesn't seem to want to talk about the incident, assuming it's all finished with. She remains silent as I bring us back to the parts that don't add up, to Chekhov's gun.
クラスメイトらへ話した。外に出した干し草に紛れて子ウサギが逃げてしまったってのはデタラメだ。だとすると、いついなくなったかってことがやっぱり気になるよな。 正直いつ消えたかなんて確かなことはわからない。で
One thing had stuck out to me. I stroked my hand over the cover of the book sitting in my lap, illuminated by the light of the westerly sun.
私たちが疑われることとなってから学院内に何か手がかりになるものはないか探した。そこでくしゃみを
New
聞いた。
stream! Yeah, new stream! Hello! How are you?
勝ったことはないから初めはそんなこともあるんだなと思っていたが、とある示唆を得た。
I held up the book to show her. It's the animal care manual she'd constantly had on hand.
ウサギのくしゃみについてだがな、スナッフルという症状の項目でこうあったよ。パス
Snafu!
テレラという細菌による感染
I
症。
love Japanese. They're so funny when they take words from other languages. Okay. From a little bit of everything.
副鼻腔に感染すればくしゃみを起こし、内耳に感染すれば斜形を起こす。さらに内臓に感
I'm
染
glad
す
to
れ
hear
ば
you're doing alright.
死に至るような病態を示す。
Akasaki shows no sign of emotion as I read out the contents of the book. I place it back down on my knees and let out a quiet, lengthy sigh.
生体なら元気になれば症状が治まることはあるらしいが、老体や子ウサギのような容体ならどうだ。こいつは感染症だ。なあ高崎。
No, I'm in a good mood. It's just my body is not up to speed. The game is gonna make me feel better for sure.
お前、消失の前日に子ウサギが亡くなっていたのを見つけて埋葬したんだろ。
My Michie partner maintains her silence even in the face of this charge. It's like she thinks that if she just keeps quiet, everything will resolve itself.
今思えばくしゃみをしだした親ウサギと子ウサギを離して。
Thank you for the pet, Barry. Good evening.
バスキア教諭。
あ、
バスキア教諭の件はどうなったの？あの人が怪しいという噂もあったじゃない。
I figured she asked me about that. Actually, I thought she'd bring it up in a chapel when I'd won over our classmates.
さすがに面と向かって担当教諭が怪しいなんて言えなかっただけだろうが。
Of course, I did look into the issue with Sister Basquiat. The result of my investigation.
あまり面白い話じゃないんだがね。
へえ、どんなつまらない話なのかしら。
After I'd heard about the incident from the twins, I'd immediately gone to verify it with my own eyes. The rooms that the sisters live in seemed pretty ancient compared to ours. The lock was old and easy to open.
呆れた。勝手に入ったの？泥棒みたいに。
Oh no!
雑貨屋に置いてある金庫の錠前のようなチャチな作りだったからな。楽勝だったよ。
My brief obsession with lockpicking paid off. Guess it's good to find a practical use for your hobbies. Erika, what?
部屋の中に踏み入ってすぐ部屋に招きたがらない理由ってやつが分かったよ。
羊でも飼っていたわけ？
Akasaki must have heard the rumor about the bleeding sound too, but I shake my head and tell her it was probably just as she was embarrassed.
何が？
そのこいつはプライベートなことだ。他言無用だぞ。
問答無用で踏みにじっているあなたに言われたくないけど黙っているわ。
Takasaki's expression doesn't change when I tell her how the whole of Sister Basquiat's room was filled with teddy bears.
なんですって？
何度も言わせるの。ま、年齢のことを考える
So she just has a bunch
招
of
いてバレ
plushies
る
in
の
her
は恥ず
room.
かしかったんだろうよ。それと羊の鳴き声は
グローラ
I'm relieved to hear that she already knows what that is, so I don't have to explain.
はあ、なんでか知らないが熊のくせにこう体を傾けると羊の声で鳴くんだよな。
Oh, I hate those
つい
because
落
at
とした
some
時に
point
泣かれたんで肝を
they always run out of battery, and that's the scary part. When plushies that make a sound run out of battery, the sound, the chip or whatever, starts to also lose its power, and then they just make weird noises. I had from Barbie, Princess and the Pauper, the movie. I had the one cat plushie, and that one had a chip in it where it could say the words that it said in the movie. Oh, but the battery obviously went. had and died at some point. And imagine that this cat could speak German as well. It was just so, oh my god! You just need to have something in your, and I had to keep it in my closet because the actual real life, alive cat we had was not a big fan of this plushie. So imagine at some point you're trying to sleep and then out of your closet there's a attempting to speak to you, and you're like, what the hell is that? I've never had Furbies. I think Furbies are pretty terrifying in their own right, just by design alone, not gonna lie. To be honest, it had come as a real shock to me. I had no idea what a growler was. Now that I think about it, I don't recall ever having received a teddy bear.
とにかくバスキア教諭の疑いはお前の言うつまらない話ってやつだったよ。まあ私から言わせれば変わって見える事件も偶然が積み重なってそう見えているだけ。一つ一つ明かしてみたらそりゃつまらない話になるだろうさ。でだ。
I give her an opening. Surely now she'll tell me. Takazaki narrows her eyes, not in annoyance, but thanks to the weakness of her sight, and drops her gaze back to the roots of the tree. Aww.
スイートピーか。たむけの花だな。花言葉はお前らしいが。
花言葉?
She repeats the words back to me and I can't help but laugh. Seems like she doesn't know what I'm talking about. A cat-like smile scares small creatures. For a moment, Takazaki's eyes show a timidity more befitting a girl her age, but it's immediately replaced with the usual expressionless look.
あなたの言う通りよ。
そうか。ここに眠っているんだな。
For a moment, I lower my head in silent prayer at the base of the towering tree. I don't believe in God, but perhaps I should show a little flexibility in this case.
で、訳を話してもらえるか。本当にパトリック・ベイトマンになっちまったわけじゃないだろ。
だからよ。
何？聞こえないぞ。
白羽さんを悲しませたくなかったからよ。
Pretty flowers, yeah.
お前。
She's gone and produced an explanation about as far removed from the ones I'd come up with as can be. She's claiming she didn't want to upset Shirahane.
そんなにおかしいかしら。
そりゃ、そうだろう。お前、人のことなんざどうだっていいってやつじゃないかよ。
ええ、そうね。間違ってないわ。
Oh! In other words, I'm human after all.
聖堂の聖書の時間の時、やめちまった高坂まゆりを訪ねたことか。
今でも何が悪いかはわからない。どんなに親しくても同級生がいなくなったくらいのことだし。でも
Well, it was not just a classmate. The tartness suddenly dissolves from her features and her brows furrow.
白羽さんが悲しんだのは事実なのでしょう。だからその上、
あいつが可愛がっていた子ウサギが死んだなんて言えなかったってことか。
I wasn't expecting this. I scratched my head, messing up my already disheveled hair.
自分の不手際で病気で死なせたから黙って埋めたとかだったら。
On top of forcing her to apologize before their grave, I thought of using this to my own advantage, of getting her to make life at school that much easier for me, but now...
まあ、亡くなったらわかるよりも、今のまま
Can't believe this game referenced Patrick Bateman. Oh, these games reference a lot of books and movies. Actually, I saw someone make a list for everything that's referenced for all of them at some point, and I haven't seen half of that. Hello, Raiders! Good evening!
Welcome in, welcome in. I know I like the color pink. Visual novels and JRPGs, we're currently playing Flowers.
Flourish Summer, because I can't actually pronounce the French name. How are you doing? How is your stream? What? Red Ropolis. Ooh, what's that? What is that? Red Ropolis. Rats, you old rats. How are you doing? Red Ropolis. Roguelike deck building and tower defense with real-time strategy gameplay. That sounds like an interesting combination. The artwork is adorable. Oh my god. But that looks cute. What the hell? Oh, that's adorable. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad to hear it. Christian Bale's acting was so cold, you can't help but be okay. Never seen American Psycho. Is that the one with the guy coming through the wall with an axe? Been playing it forever, barely anyone knows it. Not gonna lie, I'm not big on deck building and roguelites, but that looks really nice. No, that's The Shining. Oh, okay. Sorry. Wait, what's American Psycho then? I have not seen so many classic American Psycho. I've definitely seen gifs of that movie. I have seen this guy many times before, but I've not seen the movie. American Psycho is Christian Bale, Batman, chasing woman down hole naked with a chainsaw. You can see his nice butt. Alright, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, ow! But there's this one picture that is from the movie where he is holding an axe. I've seen him holding that axe before. Oh, that's what this movie is from, okay. You like the piano music? Me too, It's a very, very calming. Very calming. My nose is itchy. There are people unironically idolized when a movie literally depicts how bad guys like him are. Oh, yeah, I feel like I've heard of that before. That could very well be. Half the time, and if it's a popular movie, I will not have seen it ever, so. Good to know, good to know. Oh, thank you for the posture check. Oh. Isn't it like if you see anyone talking about how much they like the guy from Heathers, I would also be like, maybe not the best person to be like, oh man, I want to be just like him. You should probably not want to be. I forgot his name. What's the guy in Heathers called again? Heathers. Jason Dean. If you meet a guy like Jason. No, I meant the character in the movie, not the guy who plays him. Even vice president in the most non-selfish way possible. I mean, yeah, that's true. It's true. If I met someone who acts like Jason Dean in real life, I would run for my life. I would run for my life. You loved the movie, it was so wacky. Hi dad, gay son. The songs are only from the musical though. The actual movie itself didn't have those songs. But yeah, I like the movie as well. There's some scenes in it that did not age well. But I'm gonna put that down as a product of its time. She nods, seemingly having no qualms about keeping up the lie. I tell her that I'll make sure to report the symptoms.
それはもう領官に告げたわ。きちんと対処もしてくれる
You
って。
did, okay. What needed to be done has been done. Looks like our gun is no longer needed and wasn't really loaded in the first place. As soon as I think there's
それに、
lost in the shadows of the setting sun, my amitié partner continues the conversation I thought was over.
ああ、もう一つのわけよ。美人が悲しむ姿はあまり見たくない。でしょ?
There's something so fucking funny to me how not that they're wrong, not at all. Shirahane Su is a very, very beautiful character. I mean, not gonna lie, all of the girls in these games are very beautiful, but I like that as an in-game canon thing, Shirahane is considered beautiful, and they don't shy back from having people say that. For me personally, every single one of those girls, I would consider all of them beautiful, except maybe the twins, and even those are like just they're cute. They don't really seem mature enough to be called beautiful, but they're still cute. But everyone, when they talk about Sue, they're like, oh, she's so beautiful. Meanwhile, Sue herself is just like, I exist and I have social anxiety that I'm trying very hard to work through.
美人って。
初めて見た時は驚いたわ。同世代であんなに綺麗な人見たことがなかったもの。
A faint smile is playing across her lips. I'm completely thrown to hear her express interest in another person's looks. No, in fact, I'm thrown to hear her compliment Shirahane like that.
確かに。
It is true. A vision of my bookworm body comes to mind. There are others here at the academy who are just as good looking, like Yatsushiro and Nerine Komikado, our two seniors. But their beauty is different to Shirahane's. Hers is the kind of beauty that makes you ache deep inside, like a precious childhood memory you've always held dear. Which is why, although she attracts everyone, they can never let themselves get close enough to touch her or speak to her.
真相をみんなへ話さないのね。
No, I will not. I voice dispel the image of Shirahane from my mind and I voice my assent.
自分で自分の立場を悪くすることもない。知らぬが仏ってやつだよ。クラスメイトらも知れば、こっちを非難するやつもいるだろうが、自分たちが信号を見逃したせいだって苦しむやつも多いだろうし。
Oh, I think you want short hair. Oh, and non-binary. Good. Very good combination.
We may be easily swayed by emotion, but I think people are fundamentally good. We diluted the poison by spreading it between everyone, and that's fine. My Michi partner turns her gaze from me and stares down once again at the cut sweet pea flowers lying at the foot of that huge tree. Thank you for the pat. Woo! Why did that count? Oh, never mind. You both patted at the same time. I was like, why did it count twice? Favorite combination. It is a very good combination. I feel like definitely, if you were to count how many times it's been used, short hair and non-binary is probably the biggest combination we have. Followed right behind by the cursed Yanari and then the bunny ears. Short hair looks amazing with everything. Yeah, but you're also very much partial to the short hair in the first place. That's not, no, partial is the wrong word. More inclined to the short hair. Whatever, I can't talk anymore. Was it to play one out here? Yeah, I'm actually surprised it wasn't you who went for it first. That's how I now feel about the amitié partner who was forced upon me, the strange blank girl who never can seem to take a hint.
何？
いや、
You were
お前
biding
も
your
人
time.
間だったんだなってさ。
She looks at me disparagingly. I hold out my hand to her.
何？
見てわからないか。片手じゃ握手はできないだろう。
そうね。
Rub my hair. Rub my nose. In the dim afterlight, I can't make out her
二人
expression.
だけの秘密だ。
I say this jokingly as she clasps my hand, but when I see her face... Right, of course she's affected by this. I feel a sense of shame as she shakes my hand. I'll never be Shirahane. You don't have to. You're fine just the way you are, Erika. Chapter 2.
グリム童話に千色川と呼ばれる一辺がある。王妃が息を引き取る間際、自分と同じような美しい
Holding
女
hands at the
性が
hour?
見たら
Yes!
再婚しない
Very,
でほしいと遺言を
very
残した。
lewd happenings tonight.
王は王妃のような美しい女性を見つけることが叶わず
We game, we
再婚せず
sure.
にいたが、王妃によく似た娘と会い、再婚相手にと決める。娘は王との婚姻を避けるため、 月のドレス、星のドレス、
Oh yeah.
太陽のドレス、
Yeah, I know that one.
そして1000種類の動物の皮で作った毛皮のコート、1000色革を作らないと
Evening!
結婚はしない
How are you?
難題を突きつけた。
Looking especially smug today.
しか
Good
し王はその
evening!
難題を解決し婚姻を迫る。娘はドレスの力を使い幾度も難を逃れるものの、最後は1000色革のドレスに着替える時間を取れず王の妃となってしまう。どれほど厭うていても思考を巡らしても覆ることがない結
He's
末。
chilling in bed.
これから
Oh.
始まる物語は終わった物事を覆そうと心に決め
Actually
る。
work in a few hours. I hope you can get some
娘の
rest
話。
then before you have to go to work. I'm having a very slow evening because everything is hard and exhausting. Chapter 2, Alalayrao. I keep forgetting to get my actual fairy tale book from my parents' place where I have all of these. I mean, I only have them in German, so even if I wanted to read them out loud, it would not be of any use to anyone who doesn't speak German, but I also want to read. I like Grimm's tales. Some very nice ones. Coffee VTubers always helps a nap. True. I've fallen asleep to so many people's streams as well. I'm not gonna lie, like to me it's a compliment when people are like, oh, I fall asleep to your voice. I'm like, oh, hand coming through the fairy tale book. I mean, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. It's a really nice book. It's like it's a really nice red and it has a few fancy squiggles on it, and it's wrapped in a kind of foil thing. I've had it for a long time. It's a really old book. I'm gonna really wait, let me write it down right now actually. I'm gonna write it down right now. Next time I'm at my parents' place, I have to remember bringing that book so I have it here for whenever I want it. Me personally, I'm more partial to. Why partial? What's with my brain and partial today? I'm more. I actually like ASMR more lots of times when I don't understand the language, because I can just focus on the sounds, without having to try and understand what they're saying. Though there's obviously also some English speaking ASMR artists that I like, but you guys don't like ASMR? God damn. No, I like it. There's a lot of ASMR I really like. Each their own. Each their own. Several days have now passed since the case of the disappearing bunnies was resolved. Our daily life has returned to normal. I mean, that is the actual point. You can feel the sounds in your spine. I feel uncomfortable. Okay, the point is that you can feel them, but it's supposed to feel good. People that do tapping and shit without any voice. True. My favorite kind of ASMR is actually a very visual kind, which is light triggers. Where the good light triggers are when they have a dark background and they shine light, like in specific movements, or like a really bright light and it moves across the screen, stuff like that. Your shoulders involuntarily at them. Okay, yeah, that's not good then. The feel-good part about ASMR is when it starts tingling, but it's a good tingling. That's what it's supposed to do. My absolute favorites are light triggers, but I actually close my eyes, so I will lie next to my phone, have my eyes closed, and I just see the light moving across my eyes. Like that makes me feel really good. And I fall asleep super easily with that. Izumo is pretty poor. Yeah. I mean, I have to. Since we reached our goals, I'm gonna do my Immortal Reading ASMR stream. I just have to figure out how to set that one up, but I'm gonna try and get all of those special streams that we reached with the SummerSlam. I'm gonna try and fit those in before my birthday. I'm hoping so, sometime during the next 2 months. You fall asleep to videos, guys. Oh, that's also, yeah, that's a You're a fan running, you never catch it like this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is your fridge running? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you better go catch it. Oh, my nipples. You don't give a fuck about 40k. Oh, I found out last week before last, that we have a Warhammer shop in the city I live in. I'm like, what the hell? I'm not into Warhammer. A good friend of mine is though. So I'm like, huh, we have a shop here that's open 3 times a week. How the hell do they make a profit? Also, who the fuck works there, and how can I start working there? Because working 3 times a week sounds good. Never chase down your fridge is bigger than you and fall in rock corner and get smashed to pavement. Very valid. Our daily life has returned to normal. It's still an unfamiliar kind of normal to me, but... Right, she keeps going to classes. You want to work 3 times a week? Where do I sign up? Right? Right? I'm actually... I have to go see when they're actually open. And it's such weird times too. They're like open on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. On Saturdays they open from like sometime in the morning until really early in the afternoon. So it's not even a full day that they're open. I'm like, how does that work? How do you? I know they're expensive, but that's like, how do you have an entire location open when it's open 3 times a week? And I feel like, I don't know, half the people probably can't even go there during the week because the times they're open. I want to check it out though. I want to see what it's like. Maybe next weekend. Maybe next weekend I'm gonna be up early enough to check it out.
Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
Hi, nations within nations. Quiet dudes, transfers at warm room says. Yeah. Dudes and trans girls. True. You want a Pikachu? Okay. It's a little tired Pikachu, but you will get a Pikachu.
Pikachu. Buka buka. Pikachu.
Normal is now Takasaki assisting with my care, everything besides bathing at least, and dragging me along to classes. And my classmates, at first surprised to see me there, have come to accept my attendance in class as normal too. Oh yeah, looking at true. I feel like to one extent I would like to work in a video game shop, and to another extent I feel like I would absolutely loathe every person who goes to shop in there. The 3 witches narrate the opening of the Shakespeare play Macbeth, but then suddenly vanish like bubbles, as though they were never there in the first place. The existence of the baby rabbits too has been forgotten in just the same way. To be prisoner to something like that indefinitely would drive a person mad. Right, Shida-han is... Ooh. My referee suddenly interrupted. I answer her.
真面目に受け取るな。
Yeah, this girl will go to it multiple times a week. Oh no! Aww. I'm with parents who don't understand anything when working in a game shop. Oh god. The only good interaction I've ever had in a GameStop was, you know, ever since I started carrying actual figurines. Last time I was at a GameStop, I went in just to check it out because I was already in the area anyway, and I had a thing going where they sold the figurines for like 20% off. No, all figurines. And they had they had a really cute Hatsune Miku and 2 Boku no Hero Academia Tsuyu figurines. And the one I wanted, there was only the one on display, and I was so when I went to pay, I was like, I'm sorry, do you have this figurine? Like, do we have another one of hers? Because I looked and I couldn't find her. And the guy actually went to check in the bag, and I'm like, whoa, hold on. You have actual goods in the bag? I thought we all joked about, oh, let me check in the bag. There's no stock in the bag. He actually went to check. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. This is the only one we have, the one on display. I could sell you that one though. We still have the box. And he actually took down the display one and gave it to me. A little cheaper. I'm like, okay, thank you. Going to the GameStop will be an experience for when you go to the US and want to collect figurines. Yeah, they started. I do not know how exactly they do it. Like, who chooses what figurines they will put out? But I've gotten a few pretty cheap. Like, it's still the actual thing, not a bootleg, but the actual thing. Hatsune Miku figurines, which is bad because when you buy your first Hatsune Miku figurine, you will not stop. And Miku has so many figurines, so you're like, oh, I mean, this one only costs like $30. I'll get it. And then you get another one, and another one, and another one. A GameStop is a I've never tried to sell anything to a GameStop though, so that's good. But for figurines and stuff, they're nice. Your news Nando came yesterday. Oh, which one? Which one? There was a time in my life when I was like, I'm never gonna buy Nendroids, and now I have an entire army of them. The last Nendroids I bought were Hochan and Chilan from Heaven Official's Blessing. No company-owned ones, yeah. You're good. You're good, Weird. No worries. Nendas are really, really cute. I like that you can combine them for a lot of stuff, but also there's so much space. I'm always keeping the boxes because, you know, it's the actual thing. It's not a bootleg. I want to keep the boxes, but where the fuck do you store hundreds of boxes? Those artist posing statues. Oh, you can get those at like, you know, at art shops as well. I got mine from an actual, what are those shops called? I'm missing the word. The store where you go when you need like wood or paint to work on your home. Home Depot, some stuff like that. Oh, Jill from Valhalla. Oh man, yeah. I think I missed out on like ordering her Nendroid, I think. Yeah, I'm so sad because I have the plushie, but I'm not gonna have the Nendroid. I'm so sad. Let me see, actually. Or do I? I think I missed out on her. Oh, no, I have her reserved. I just didn't pay for her yet. Oopsie. I should probably get around to doing that. Ah, haha, I just have. I have a. I'm on the reservation list. Oopsie, I haven't paid for it yet. Haha. So, the Jill is gonna be mine at some point, though. Dorothy figurine would be nice. I have a small Jill shrine as well. Yeah, it's the plushie and all of my copies of the game and the soundtrack, which means the Switch copy and the PS Vita copy, and then the soundtrack that came with the Japanese PS Vita game, and then the soundtrack that had its own limited run, and I am normal about that game. 56 It's a good game. It's a lovely game. I don't think we had a physical release for the PS4 version here in Europe. Otherwise, I would have probably tried to get that one as well. My head hurts. The president forces a dry smile. She's clad in her leotard. With my equally flippant conversation partner, I've gotten into the habit of speaking like this all the time recently. I should be careful. The pet.
なあ、それより一つ質問があるんだが。
Are they still working on Nirvana though? Wasn't there something about them like putting that to rest for some reason?
何？私のアミティアがおろしたてのトーシューズをハサミで傷つけてるんだが、暑さでついに頭に来たのかね。
違うわ。あれは滑り止めのためにやっているの。新品のつま先は滑りやすいのよ。
へえ、よかった。自分のアミティアがおかしくなったんじゃないって分かったよ。
Oh.
やだ
I mean,
わ。
I hope they're all safe. It's gonna come out at some point, maybe, and even if it doesn't, as long as they're safe, that's good. Everything else doesn't matter. She touches my shoulder as she laughs. I see my elder sister do the same thing back at home, so I knew there had to be some reason for it. But as a topic of conversation, it seems to have helped dispel the awkward mood. We continue chatting until someone butts in to point out that the teacher's late.
みんな着替え終わってから結構経つのに。
Okay, they're working different projects for now. Fair, fair. I feel like you can get very easily burned out if you try to work on the same thing all the time. Well, I have it on my wish list, so whenever it actually comes out, I'll be there to support it. Ichigo Sasaki, she beams at us seeking our agreement.
かもな。
そうね。何かご用があって手間取っているのかしら。
スオちゃんも見かけないですから、スオちゃん絡みですかね。
Oh. Little Sasaki sister sneaked up on us. She grips the handle of my wheelchair as she speaks. The president's furrowed brow is easy enough to read.
単に鼻つみとかだろ。レオタードを着替えてから催したらめんどくさそうだもんな、それ。
やだ、八重垣さんたら。
Her face flushes. Ringo nods knowingly, but then suddenly stops and stares at a fixed point in the distance like a cat before a mouse.
よろしかったらバレエのレッスンをご一緒に。
Who said that?
結構よ。私は一人でやりたいの。
Ah. She's staring at Takasaki, the latter having just turned down a classmate's invitation to practice together rather bluntly. A random classmate that doesn't even get a profile or anything. Oh, thank you for the hydrate time.
なんというかクールですよね。
Hmm.
スオちゃんとは別の意味でのクールさだね。でも変わらないよね、高崎ちゃん。
Although people's attitudes towards her have become more favorable since the case of the disappearing bunnies was resolved, Takasaki hasn't exactly taken advantage of it.
私とは別種の人嫌いだよな。
Yeah, you guys are perfect together. Life seems to hang heavy on her. I can understand disliking people for good reason, like I do, but in a woman's world like this, it's a real problem when someone just has a bad attitude. That much is clear as day. The president seems to be of the same opinion as me. She appears a little worried by it, even troubled. I turn to her and say, as a class president, why don't you ask her?
なあ、 そんな顔をするなら一緒にどうって誘ってみたらどうだ？技量が低いやつとは一緒に踊らないとか思っているなら、同程度の委員長なら一緒にやるんじゃねえの？
そういう理由なのかしら。
That seems to have tugged at the heartstrings of our good-natured class president. However,
冗談だよ。きっとただの人嫌いさ。
Erika.
技量で付き合いを求めてるなら、もっと早く委員長にお声がかかるだろう。
もう八重垣さん。
She leans over me, puffing out her cheeks. The white of her leotard fills my vision, and I get a good view of the swell full breasts.
春より膨らんだんじゃないか。
Bruh. Thinking of my own underdeveloped figure, I get the urge to tease her a little.
あんまりくっついてると白羽に誤解されるぜ。
そうさ。
These are normal, very normal thoughts. She looks around in a fluster before realizing that I'm lying, and I laugh at her flushed face. Meanwhile, Takasaki's continuing with the stretches alone. Having seen their classmates brave an invitation only to get shot down before their very eyes, everyone's sending nervous glances her way. It's like she's a hot coal, but they're afraid to touch for fear of getting burned.
このままだと孤立するよな。
And when she ends up alone, it'll be in a very different sense to Shirahane, I think to myself. Misanthropes don't seek to have other people like them. It would be presumptuous to expect others to like you when you're not offering the same. But in her case...
まあ、なるようになるか。
Hmm...
何がなるの？
Pinching a noisy Sasaki's side, I gaze at my reflection in the mirror. When I let slip a grumble about being hungry, she asked me if I skipped lunch.
昼はアクアパッツァを食べたんですけどね。
Fuck is that? And that's all, since my tea partner didn't bring me any bread or rice. I sigh.
そう、確かにお魚料理だからご飯が欲しくなるわよね。
ですよね。
Even as I
思
agree.
い切り外国人側のバスキア教諭からご飯がないと。
She is Japanese! I have so many questions about her teacher. I still have no idea where she's from. I think she once mentioned that her father was a priest.
確か神父は再退できないんじゃ。
ねえ八重垣さん、そんなにお腹が空いているのかしら。
あ、
She's misinterpreted my contemplative silence. She puts a hand to her perfectly sculpted chin and thinks for a moment.
今ならまだ。いえ、それだと規律違反になるわ。
そこまで空いてるわけじゃないんで平気です。むしろ少し食ってた方が神の恵みっての具合で
believe in God.
夕食に感謝できるかもですしね。
そう？無理はしないでね。
Sister Basia's topaz eyes narrow softly. She addresses me like she's warning off a small child. I almost find myself asking her to take me back to her room and treat me to something, but I suppress the urge. A room filled with teddy bears. Fighting back a smile and notice how troubled Sister Basquiat looks.
どうかしましたか？
そのね、八重垣さんにお願いがあるのだけど。
はあ。ま、借金以外のお願いなら聞きますよ。
本当？本当に八重垣さんは素直でいい子だわ。
Of course it is.
高崎さんのことなの。
Just a mention of her name gives me a bad feeling about this.
学院に編入してそろそろクラスのみんなと打ち解けてもいい頃だと思うの。
他の編入生組はうまくやってますよね。
ええ、でも高崎さんだけ誰とも口を聞こうとしないでしょ。あ、八重垣さんは別ですけど。
Although even with me, she doesn't really talk about anything she doesn't have to.
だから八重垣さんから他のクラスメイトの方々を紹介してほしいの。
I'll try, but only because you're asking. And to be honest, it'll be a pain for me. Once again,
バスキア教諭の頼みなら。
I know we had this problem when I played the game last because I'm covering it, but... Wait, I'll just... Do you see this little flower bud that's growing depending on what kind of choices we make? And it's now finally starting to look like a flower bud in the first place. That's cool. It is, but you guys don't get to see it most of the time. Because my head is right in front of it.
本当？ありがとう、八重垣さん。
I instinctively shrink back at the soft touch of her hand.
あちょ
She leans forward to center of her body womanly in all the ways that mine is and overwhelms me.
ごめんなさい。
It looked like you drew your head.
いえ驚いただけです。
そうでも本当によかった。二人とも仲良くやっているようだし、アミティエになって正解ね。
勘弁してくださいよ。
I plead with her internally but say nothing. As a middle child, I've been taught to pay my carers respect.
ありがとう。
Sister Basquiat clasps my hand, her slim fingers stroke my palm. It's such an intimate gesture, almost a caress, that I can't stop the flush from spreading across my cheeks.
お願いね、八重垣さん。
Sure. Her smile makes it seem like there isn't a shred of bad in the world and I can't say a word in return. If anyone else had asked me, I'd have shut them down. Watching Sister Basquiat wave and walk off, my feelings are pretty mixed. I've decided to just give it my best shot, but...
本気で言っているのか。うちに来たらいいよ。
When do we get to date, Sister Biscuit? Well, not at all because I'm not doing her route, we're only doing the true route. I'm only doing the true routes for these games. Because otherwise it's gonna take us a really long time, not gonna lie. I spilled the beans about my conversation with Sister Basquiat to the president, and overhearing it, Ichigo had thrown out a proposal that really touched me. Put a hand to my scant chest.
お前が高崎の友達になる。
It's okay, Vroom. I got what you were trying to say.
そうじゃなくて、今日料理部で定例の試食会があるんだ。そこに連れてきたらどうかなって話。ああ、うちにってのはそういうことね。
In a fight? Of course, no one would willingly take the initiative in making friends with someone as irritating as her.
今日の定例の試食会にはゲストが来るのですよ。ゲスト？コミカド先輩ですよ。八代会長もいるってわけ。
Nirina Komikado is perfectly sensible. Yasuhira Yatsushiro, on the other hand.
なるほど。毒を持って毒を制すってやつか。それだと共倒れになっちゃうよ。でもなんか仲良くなれそうな気がしない？
They're both real eccentrics, so perhaps I cleared it off. Perhaps.
ま、一応やることはやりましたって言い訳も立つしな。あ？何やら面白いものが見られそうですな。
Hello, Raiders. Hi, Skip. Welcome in. Hello, good evening.
I knew I liked the color pink visual novels and JRPGs. We're currently playing Flowers, the second game, which takes place in summer because I can't pronounce a French word. How are you all doing? Welcome in. We're last seen playing The Hunter, Call of the Wild. And what is that? What is that? We're currently playing gay girls in Catholic boarding school. Which is exactly where you would imagine the gay girls in a Yuri game to be. You out hunting! Woo! You love the color pink, I don't believe it. Yeah, right. Yeah. Right? Pink? It's half. Yeah. Who would imagine that?
Love gay girls? Yeah.
How's Gundam been treating you? Hunting the little guys? Oh. Sounds good. For some reason I thought you were playing Monster Hunter when you said you were gonna hunt. You got killed by a water buffalo? Okay. Maybe not so little guys then. The gay girls love each other. Well, these two, they're not quite there yet. We're only in chapter 2. Hunting for animals to hunting for... There's so... Well, they didn't want to be hunted.
楽しみ。
They will love each other. Yes, yes, because we're doing the true ending. I'm gonna push them together like Barbie dolls and make them kiss. You two are quite a pair yourself, said Mata, watching Takasaki's back as she flicks through her textbook. What are the fake endings? Well, they're not so much fake endings. There's like a route where you end up with Takasaki, but it's not.
僕は
Holy shit, is she loud?
二階屋の会の会長。
Jesus, no.
ここ料理部の部員を兼務している。
Girl,
君は
girl,
高崎
girl,
千鳥くんだ。
calm down. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's one where you end up with Takasaki, but it's not the full story. And then there's one where you end up dating, well, no. I don't want to take away the ending, but there's one where you try to go for your teacher, who's a nun. So I'm just gonna say you can imagine how that's going to go. And then there's the true ending, which we're going for, which is gonna have us end up with Takasaki, but there's more to it than the initial one. But to get that one, you have to play through the game once before. No, you have to get both of the endings, which we have, because I played this game already sometime in 2018. Sua's voice volume is at max. She's still low. Yes, it's really, really fucking bad. I will definitely be watching Barbie when it releases next month. I've been trying to plan an outfit for that actually. I wanna show up at the movie theater, and the person at the register is just gonna have a look at me and be like, Barbie, right? And I'm like, yes. Just like when I went to watch Spider-Wars and they were like, Spider-Wars. Yes. My panic. I mean, we haven't actually heard her in this game yet, so imagine how the nun route will go. So lots of no. No spanking in this
私は
game.
コミカドネリネと言います。二階屋の会の
Oh,
副
Nerine's
会長を
voice
し
is
ている
good.
の。ダメよ、ゆずりは。高崎さんが困っているじゃない。
They introduce themselves briefly since it's their first time meeting her.
相変わらず図抜けているな。
With her steely eyes, skin like porcelain, and hair of fine spun silver, the council president could easily have been made rather than born of a woman. The fact that her demeanor is so androgynous and complete contrast to her looks only serves to emphasize her uniqueness. And the golden girl who accompanies her is quite a showstopper herself. She's like a bisque doll with her pretty features, her luxurious golden hair, and those celadon eyes that threaten to swallow you whole if you look into them too long. They look almost like figures in a religious painting when they're standing there next to each other. Very normal descriptions of senior school classmates and non-classmates because they're your seniors. You will do a little lurk, yeah! Get that planning done. You have to enjoy Dokumi for me as well. Spanking. We saw Spider with your kiss with Swayama was the cutest. Aww. Why is everyone in anime hot? Good question. Takasaki had once complimented Shirahana's looks. She now... Oh, typo. She now seems startled to be confronted by two similarly good-looking girls.
ま、初見じゃこっちの方が派手だからな。ん？八重垣くん、何が派手だって？
You are.
先輩たちの見た目ですよ。左右に金と銀に囲まれて豪華な屏風に挟まれてる気分ですよ。
Yuzuriya and Nirina actually take center stage in the third game, so we're gonna see some more of them next. Typo! Oh my god, you know, actually yesterday when they released me from the first hospital, they wrote me a letter saying like what they did, blah blah blah. There was two typos on it. So me absolutely fucking delirious already. I start ranting, like I read it out loud to my neighbors who are driving me. I'm like, there's a fucking typo on this. And my neighbors just looked at me like, okay, we're here because you've had a nosebleed for over an hour. And quite some other stuff. You're really gonna be bothered by a fucking typo right now? I'm like, yes! I am! I am! What else am I supposed to focus on? I can't override, I can't even spell. I mean... yeah!
ねえ、八重垣さんって面白いでしょ。
ああ、話では聞いていたが、僕好みだ。
I've met them before, but this is the first time we've really spoken. Yatsushita-senpai smiled cynically at me. She's the one Shirahana had warned me to watch out for.
さて、それでは試食しながらゆっくり話そうじゃないか。ねえ、八重垣くん、高崎くん。
Now, if I remember correctly, she's like 1/4 of some kind of foreigner, and Nidina is like half. I think Nidina's dad is Italian or something. I don't remember fully though. I smile weakly as she takes hold of both her arms. The taste testing session is in full swing.
ん？どうした？
Oh, when they can't agree on pronouns.
僕はこれにオレンジジュースが最高の相性だと思うんだがね。
Seen Reddit things where people have been turned down for justice, things like dear placeholder always cracks me up, makes me feel oof. Yeah, that's bad. One time in school we actually had a little lesson where someone explained how you could trace back like earlier versions of a Word document, for example. So they explained if you try to get a job somewhere and you write down your resume or whatever, make it a new file. I mean, for one, you're not supposed to send the actual Word file in the first place, like turn it into a PDF, blah blah, but also make it a new file so you can't go back to like, I wonder what earlier versions of this document said, because obviously you always try to go for multiple jobs. You're not going to write the entire thing again every single time. You obviously copy and just change some stuff, but still, make it a new file. Don't let it be traced back to an earlier version of it where it said, I don't know, a different company's address and everything.
そうですか。
朝は炭水化物を取らないとね。そろそろ夕食だが、
Me
何
too.
構うま
I
い？
hate the letters as well.
君くらいの年頃なら
Why do you want to
食べ
work
盛り
here?
だ。
I don't know, because I need money to survive.
あら、ダメよ、ゆずりはん。無理やり押し付けたらかわいそうだわ。
Fully jokes.
高崎
No,
さんは
don't,
パンが好きなの
no,
よ
no,
ね。
don't do that.
どうぞ。このアップルパイも美味しいわよ。
Oh god. It seems that this month they've been focused on desserts. The two upperclassmen have been bringing over dessert after dessert out of mistaken consideration for Takasaki, who never eats much due to her concern for her figure.
ご愁傷様だな。あなたね。
ん？八重垣くんの皿も空だな。
Red Red Bullet off.
今はパンケーキを取ってやろう。
No! That's what you get. Ooh! Artwork! Artwork! The heap of pancakes is so heavy it makes a dull thud when it hits my plate, and suddenly I'm no longer laughing. Even a true pancake obsessive would be sick of them after this many.
ホットケーキは好物ですが。
Oh man, I want some pancakes. Oh my god!
ほう？八重垣くんはパンケーキが好物なのか。
That's more
な
than
ら
I
もっと用意し
expected!
ておくんだったな。
Ooh.
いや、
違うわ。気づかないなんてうかつね。
That's a lot of them. Holy shit.
僕をうかつと言ったのか、ネリー。
Erika's a growing girl. Mmm.
ええ。八重垣さんはパンケーキでなく、ホットケーキが好物と言ったのよ。
What is the difference?
そのニュアンスの違いがわかる？
German pancakes, thick and fluffy or thin? Thin. The ones that are more like that are closer to crepes. Not pancakes. There's a moment of hesitation in her steel blue eyes before they widen in realization. Then she spreads her arms wide in an absurdly exaggerated gesture and slaps her hand to her forehead. That's a crepe. The French pancakes, the one that are really, really thin. Yeah. No, when you order pancakes in Germany, you will get thin ones. Most of the time, unless it's like written as an American pancake, then you will get these thick ones. So with food toppings, right? Yeah, it's like you can choose what you want on there. Like I usually just go for plain old Nutella. Maybe sometimes with pancakes in it as well if I'm feeling fancy. There was one little pop-up cart that actually had pancakes, but they closed. And they were replaced by a little kebab shop, which it's nice. The kebab shop is also nice, but pancakes, like pancakes.
そうか。本来パンケーキの名が示す通り、糖分を抑え、厚みのあるまさにパン代わりに食事を進める主食だった。だが今は。
ええ、今はパンケーキの方がデザート化し、ホットケーキの方がパンの名を冠しても良い存在になってしまった。
Yeah, the place served langosh and crepes beforehand, and now it's only a kebab shop.
八重垣さんはね。
Oh, changed hands. Whoever's running it now, it's still the same pop-up shop basically, but it's a completely different person running it.
深いな。
I need to branch out with the menu. It's Yoshino-senpai nods deeply, staring fixedly down at her pancakes with those steely eyes of hers. I'm pretty sure the pan in pancake came from frying pan, I retort silently.
変わっているわ。
お前に言われたくないだろうが、同意だ。
Kebab on your pizzas? Oh, I've seen that here as well, though. One of my neighbors is a pretty big fan of that. I imagine I would like... Oh! Yeah, hold on. I am not actually doing... Oh, oopsie. Let's turn that off. I am not actually erasing money for Gamers Outreach anymore because that's been over. Having lost the will to argue, I obediently slice into the mountain of pancakes and take a bite. The texture is soft and fluffy with a slight degree of resistance when I bite into them. I'd love them if they weren't so overloaded with chocolate, bananas, and cream.
ホットケーキはシロップとバターでいいんだよな。この味付けならスフレみたいな食感の方が。
Get your jumpstart for next year. I note down my score on the printout I'd been handed at the start of the session. Total 3 points. Points reduced for texture.
ちゃんとつけているのね。
I mean, yeah, it's free food.
後でイチャモンつけられても嫌だからな。
私は後で言わせてもらうわよ。
Seems she's still disgruntled about the fact that I tricked her into coming. It didn't take much. Sister Pascal wants to talk to you about something to do with ballet, so let's go, partner. That's all I said.
お前も案外しつこいな。
バレエのことで呼び出されたらこれよ。文句が出ない方が。
Well, you wouldn't have come if I told you the real reason.
いいじゃんかよ。ただでうまいものが食べられるんだぞ。
無理やりでしょ。それに
Gonna survive eating a little more one day.
あらあら、ホークが進んでいないみたいね。私のモンブランと交換しましょうか。
Nirina's an ara person, right?
いいえ、大丈夫です。
She takes a bite of her apple pie and smiles awkwardly.
とても美味しいです。
Aww.
そう、よかったわ。
Mikado-senpai smiles gently, perhaps relieved that she doesn't have to give away her Mont Blanc. Her smile lights up her face like a sunflower in bloom. She's a denizen of a fairy tale land far removed from this one.
そうだ。
Denizen? Denizen?
高崎くんは芸能のお仕事をしていたそうだね。過分ですまないが、僕はその辺疎くてね。芸能というとどういったことをやっていたのかな？
Sing, right?
あ、劇や歌が主で。
シェイクスピアのような？
いえ、進撃の方で。
進撃？物騒じゃないか。
Takasaki's starting to get flustered as they take turns firing questions at her. It's unusual to see her so worked up, but
初見でこの先輩二人はきついよ
she's
な。
getting some good exercise in. You must go into slumbering, it's getting late. Get some rest. Thank you for coming by. Have a good night, Weird. They aren't the type to let her get away with her usual dismissive attitude. It'd be different if it were either one of them on their own, but bring them together and it really ratchets up the pressure. My meteor partner makes a silent appeal for help, and I forsake her. I throw her a lifeline. We're being nice.
自分が連れてきたとはいえ、さすがに気の毒かも。
Individually, I could handle either the council president or her deputy, but put them both together and you face a real challenge. I address Komikado-senpai, who is enthusiastically trying to draw a conversation out of Takasaki.
コミカド先輩は合唱部で活躍されていますが、将来は音大に進まれるんですか？
あら、進学のお話？私はまだそこまで考えていないわ。趣味でやっていければいいとも思っているし。
Mikado-senpai puts a pale finger to her chin, apparently considering my question very seriously. When I glance toward my amitié partner, she rewards me with a faint smile of gratitude, even as she continues to sustain a barrage of questions from Yatsushiro-senpai.
八重垣さんは考えていらっしゃるの？
私は、そうですね。
I'm actually still interested in why Erika came to this school in the first place.
Hi Saki, good evening! How you doing?
I tug at my flyaway bangs.
将来は司法試験を受けて、弁護士でも目指そうかなと。企業弁護士よりも、環境問題を取り扱う弁護士になりたいですね。
You good? How are you? I am a little drained. But I'm good. I'm okay. Was she sent there? I don't actually know. Like, she definitely implied the whole thing that she was sent here by her parents for some reason. Technically, she's not going anywhere since she's in a wheelchair, but I shouldn't say that. I don't know. She transferred here though. Hold on. She would have said that herself. No, she would have said that for herself. Do we know why? She's 14. Oh, 15 at this point. Wow, 15. She's 151 centimeters. Wow, okay.
ちゃんと考えているのね。立派だわ。
Is it accessible, wheelchair accessible? It is not. Have you seen the school? They have gravel paths everywhere. The main building features a giant staircase. I have not once seen a mention of there being maybe some kind of lift anywhere. I do not know how she gets to places. Apparently, she gets to classes just fine, but we are on different floors all the time. I do not know how she gets there at all. The game just implies that for some reason she can reach the classrooms, but even the fucking dormitory is a 2-story building. Maybe people carry her. I really don't want to imagine her having to be carried up the main staircase. Once we see that CG again, actually. No, they don't have the background CGs in the gallery, I think. There's no way. I have no idea. I'm just gonna pretend that this school is actually accessible, but no. She looks like she weighs 40 kilos. It can't be that bad. It's not about her weighing a lot, but imagine having to... Also, she weighs 38 according to Wiki, apparently. Imagine having to have someone lift you up all the time. Also, it's one thing if she weighs not a lot, but the wheelchair weighs a bit. Yeah. It's a Japanese game. Of course the girls are not gonna weigh anything. Her lily pale hand softly brushes my skin. As she lays it atop mine, I feel a faint pang of guilt under her trusting gaze.
適当に合いそうな話を振っただけなんだけど。
Drag the wheelchair up. You want to fuck it? You shouldn't drag it though. That's not good for the wheelchair either. She's playing the long con for some reason no one else has caught on as she's just walking up the stairs. Aha! No. No, I'm actually glad that they just wrote her in like this. No further, oh, you know, she had an accident or whatever. It's just, that's just the way she is. I smile weakly as words of encouragement fly from her cherry lips and then turn to her partner.
コミカド先輩とは何度か話していますが、八代先輩ときちんと話すのは初めてですよね。
おや？そうだったかな。スオ君と話していると君の話題がよく出るのでそんな気がしなかったが。
白羽とはよく話されるのですか？
彼女は僕の師だからね。料理部で教えてもらっている。
Each row one, the onions just left the stairs. If only wheelchairs weren't so expensive. There aren't many of those in fiction, and there's even less that get treated well. She shakes her ponytail and makes a show of looking around the room.
図書委員の当番日と勝ち合ってしまって残念だよ。
Dun dun dun. She laments it as though it's the end of the world. I'm impressed by my bookwork body, but seeing the envious looks being directed yet to Shiro Senpai's way by everyone else, it kind of seems like attracting her attention like that is something you're meant to be immensely grateful for.
ここでも白羽さん。
八重垣くんと高崎くんは部には入ってないそうだね。
How about oining the cooking club? The cooking club! Oh, look at that! The J is in the backlog, but for some reason it's just the J that don't show up in the actual text boxes. Why? Well, I'm happy enough to have received an
自
invite.
分は食べる一辺倒なので。
そうか。
Go back and check the double sheet.
ならば今なら僕とお揃いのエプロンをつけよう。
Wait, when was that? I don't know if the backlog goes that far back. Where was that? Pre-cakes? I think so as well. Jay going over the letters come right before, yeah. If you're pronouncing John wrong, J is actually silent. Oh my god, I don't remember where the double she was. It wasn't that far back. I don't know. I have a look-see. Wait, you know what? I'll make a save here and I'll have a look-see. Later.
あ、私はこの八重垣さんの世話をしないといけませんので。
Absolutely not. She cuts a slice from an apple pie, sprays it with her fork, and holds it out toward me. It's a gesture that is obviously intended to declare her role as my carer.
ありがとう、ハニー。
Ooh!
いいのよ。
The Kasaki smell doesn't quite reach her eyes. I lean in and eat the piece of apple pie off her fork in one bite. The pie crust is flaky and the stewed apple inside is flavored with cinnamon. This gets a passing mark from me.
仲がいいのね。
このアップルパイはリンゴくんが作ったのだよ。
Oh no, cannibalism.
共食いネタか。
Mikado-senpai covers her mouth with both hands as she giggles. I guess the fact that Ringo-san's name means apple has made us a running joke in the club. I glance over at her table and... She flashes a peace sign my way. I get it. You can stay where you are.
残念だな。そういえばバレエもだが、歌声も素晴らしいと耳にしたが、本当か？
Cannibalism.
In my Yuri
仕
game,
事の兼ね合い
actually,
で
more likely
ボ
than
ーカルレッ
you.
スンも受けていましたから。
ほほう、料理部は断られたが、こいつは合唱部の期待のホープになるんじゃないか？
合唱部？
She repeats the words haltingly. A club for inspiring angels! No, that sounds so anomaly.
合唱部って知らないのか？聖堂で何度も聖歌を歌っただろ？あれの部活版だよ。
それは知っているわ。 でもホープって
Well, the last one I could sing really well vanished. Is she wondering who that word was aimed at?
嫌味か。話の流れからお前に決まってるだろうが。歌の良し悪しはわからないが、お前うまいじゃないかよ。
そう
Oh,
なんだよ。
前に大したことないって言ったでしょ。
お前も大概根に持つやつだな。あの場面は相手がアリアナ・グランデでも文句を言う状況だろうが。
okay. Ariana Grande mentioned. The chance is low, but never quite zero.
そう。
なんで嬉しそうなんだよ、おい。
With that, she falls silent, and I turn my attention back to Komikado Senpai, who's still covering her mouth after her bout of giggles.
そうだ。せっかくだし、合唱部の見学でも行ったらどうだ？見学ってできますか？
見学者はいつでも歓迎よ。
When did this game come out? Initially in Japan. (2015) I see. Though I'm looking to cause a little mischief with this question, it also occurs to me that I'll surely have fulfilled my duty to Sister Basquiat if I do take this step. She stares at me with her usual annoyed expression. No, like she's searching for my true intentions.
明日伺ってもよろしいでしょうか。
She addresses Komikado Senpai.
ぜひ来てちょうだい。興味を持っていただけて嬉しいわ。
She puts a pale finger to her cheek and smiles.
おい、マジかよ。
I'm shocked to hear her seriously going along with what was supposed to be a joke. I stare intently into her eyes as she receives a slice of that coveted Mont Blanc, wondering where her true intentions lie. Her true intentions. There are three things in life that bring me a small but palpable pleasure. Crispy chicken eaten in the middle of the night, the moment I hit upon a conceited opponent's weakness, and reading a favorite book on a clear, quiet afternoon. Right now I'm lying back on my bed reading The Black Dahlia by James Ellroy. Rah, flowers! Good evening! I've read it once before, but I've been meaning to reread it since Sister Basquiat became my teacher. The book is based on the true story of the Black Dahlia murder case. Along with a basic plot that draws inspiration from contemporary records of the murder, it includes detailed conjectures based on a huge amount of research and an elaborate psychological profile. All of that in combination might have resulted in information overload, but it's actually a quick and easy read thanks to the author's clear prose. What's it like being buff now? I'm so strong. I have to be careful not to accidentally squash things under my feet. I'm flipping through the pages, completely lost in the story. From time to time, a faint breeze wafts across from the slightly ajar window and brushes my cheek. It's just me and my book. And then the sun's rays illuminating the warm room and the clean scent of freshly laundered sheets. Together they envelop me, keeping me from feeling too alone. A palpable pleasure. I'm eagerly flipping through the pages as each new mystery is uncovered when the intimate atmosphere is shattered by the sound of the door opening. The intruder comes stomping over to the bed.
おい、何のつもりだ？
何のつもり？あなたこそ何のつもりなの？
質問を質問で返すなよ。今はささやかな幸せを満喫していたんだぞ。
私のささやかな幸せを壊したくせに。
Huh? I stare at her, startled by her retort. Without a word, she helps me into my wheelchair.
おい。
昨日のことよ。
はあ？
呆れた。忘れてしまったの？昨日約束したでしょ？放課後合唱部に伺うって。
Yeah, you promised you'd visit a choir club. That doesn't mean I have to go. Her behavior finally clicks and I nod in understanding.
確かに約束してたな。
I'm good. How are you? I think it looks interesting. But I'm probably not gonna get it anytime close to release. I'm gonna wait until it goes on sale.
そうよ。放課後約束していたから行こうと思ったら、まさか部屋に戻ってのんきに本なんて読んでいるなんてね。
Thank you for the time.
Like I said, you promised, not me. Now, technically, she said we would be checking it out, so we have to, but also.
Thank you for the pet and the posture check.
It's P5T, the newest Persona 5 spin-off Tactica. It's coming out. I don't actually know when.
私が何やってたっていいだろう。っていうか、約束したのはお前だけだろうが、一人で行ってこいよ。
場所。
Quiet Club.
あ？
合唱部が活動している場所を知らない
Then
わ。
ask someone else.
聖堂だよ。
Persona Fire. Well, we've already played Persona Fire Emblem. I'm on the verge of telling her to just go on her own again, but... Oh, that's sweet, but I think I'm not the type to play these type of games when they release in the first place, because I'll always wait around until people write some guides for them. But thank you. Faced with a genuine look of annoyance this time, I swallow my words. Well, I am the one who lied to get her to come with me yesterday. Perhaps I do have a bit of a responsibility here.
わかったよ。
Persona 5 2! Final Fantasy 13 2. That I still want to play one day. I want to play Final Fantasy 13 one day. I need to know whether I will like the stuff that everyone seems to be complaining about or not. I indicate for her to take the hands off my chair.
私は一切歌わないからな。
I warn in advance. That's fair. You came. Mikado-senpai dashes over to us with a welcoming smile. The way she trots along, light-footed but deeply earnest at the same, reminds me of a cute little dachshund.
どうされたの？私の顔に
She's very long. Oh no. I mean, is there any Final Fantasy game that's not very long? Genuinely?
いいえ、思い出し笑いです。
I try to reassure her as she pats at her face and hair.
さあ、でも来てくれて嬉しいわ。
I can stop my mouth from twitching again at the sight of her brilliant smile. You can almost see the tail wagging behind her. Maybe I have one. I clear my throat to bring myself back under control.
よろしくお願いします。高崎が。
I think Sonic 06 is the one that got remade, basically, from the ground up by a fan who made it a very enjoyable experience, but I haven't played any of the Sonic games, so don't take my word for it. The only ones were okay. The only Final Fantasy, aside from 14, I have some kind of experience with, where actually I have seen the entire game is 15. And that one was already very long. Well, just the base story, if you really only focus on the story, we got through in like 11 hours in one go. But even then, that was rushing it. You can beat Final Fantasy 1 in 16 hours. Wow. Where did my cursor go? Takasaki narrows her eyes and looks around at Chappelle
大垣さんも見
disdainfully.
学していってね。気に入ればぜひ入部してほしいわ。
I played P5. I think you will survive Final Fantasy. Well, P5 is one of my favorite games ever because it really resonated with me and the gameplay was nice. So I knew what to expect because I already played it. Not the first time I played Persona 5, it took me over 2 years to play. So, wow. This is Sonic 06 playthrough. You will not see me play a Sonic game aside from the visual novel April Fool's game that came out. And I'm dropping X because of the final. Yeah, you did. You did. I'm so sorry to hear that, by the way. And because I do own X, would like to play that at some point, maybe. Finish it into his time traveling while changing things as your map. What? Okay. Yeah, hi! Hi, Mel. It is on a Wednesday. Again, finally. I'm not gonna touch P3 Remastered. Not that I'm not... I'm happy that they're actually remaking it. But I'm not a fan of the reasoning. Like, oh, we're not actually gonna include the female protagonist. Oh, we're gonna rewrite our all of the social links so you can actually get some of the ones that were, you know, not in base P3. Because that's definitely not more work than putting in the storylines of the protagonist you had already written that had her own game. Yeah. I'm gonna have a look-see at everyone else who's playing it, but I'm not gonna touch that anytime soon.
考えておきます。
They'll release Fantasy as DLC. I wouldn't put it past them. I would not put it past them, and that's... I wouldn't put it past them, and I also think, like, with all of the stuff that they've said about how they're not gonna, like, well, how they're gonna rewrite lots of scenes, I don't think it's actually gonna happen. I am glad that they're remaking it with like new, with the graphics they have now. It's really nice, but also, give me my girl. Give me my girl. If I wanted to play P3 with the male protagonist, I could play it. There's like 1,500 versions of the game out. I don't need to pay full price for a new one. I could play that right now. The fuck do you mean? Pokemon in the early 2000s. Hi, Ompi. Good evening. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not looking forward to P3. Well, I'm looking forward to an extent, but also end, so... You can always mod it. I could. I'm not gonna pay full price for a game if I'm gonna have to... Ah! Mod it! Where did my text box go? But I'm good. Good evening. Let's focus on our good girls. Before I start complaining more about Persona and Atlas practices. You stole the text box? God damn it. Hi, family. Good evening. Thank you for the pat. You're Dokumi hype. You gotta be hype enough for me. You gotta be super hype for me, please. You try and go. Oh, in the morning. Ooh. You're gonna go there all 3 days? She clasps her hands together, blinking her celadon eyes, and calls out to a girl staring in our direction. She comes over to us looking confused. It's been a while, but we've ended up face to face with our class president.
八重垣さんと高崎さんに部の案内をお願いできるかしら。私よりも同じクラスの花火師さんの方が気が受けずに話せると思うのだけど。
Could possibly resist a request from such a cute little dachshund.
はい。
She has no choice but to nod reluctantly. That is a strike. Oof.
合唱部の活動はこんな感じよ。
Good to know. Good thing I never take a train.
へえ。思ったよりも規則だって練習してるんだな。なあ高崎。
ボーカルレッスンもしているのかしら。
The president's brow furrows. She's clearly troubled by Takasaki's question.
他に何か質問はあるかしら。
She turns to me.
こいつも不器用だからな。
Though she apologized to me for treating Takasaki like the culprit behind that whole business with the baby rabbits, she still won't talk to Takasaki herself, perhaps because she's not quite sure yet how to feel about her. Actually, in avoiding Takasaki, she's also been turning her back on me quite a bit lately.
質問ね。あ、実はここ最近胸を痛めていることがあるんだけどさ。
Oh.
そんな深い悩みがあるなんて早く相談してくれればいいのに。
I feel like we're actually just gonna play a joke on her again.
それじゃあ相談だがね。
Oh.
前は部屋に遊びに来たりお茶会だなんだと誘ってくれたりした相手が、私を無視してるんだよ。今じゃ電話も手紙もクッキーすら送ってきやしない。もしかして嫌われたのかね。なあ委員長。
意地悪しないで。悪か
Hi,
った。
Guardian Raiders. Welcome in. Good evening. The girls are suffering. They're Yuri. This is Yuri. Self-sabotaging, suffering girls in Catholic boarding school. This is Yuri. Hi, Raiders. Welcome in. I knew I liked the color pink vision of JPGs. We're currently playing flowers. How are you doing? How was your stream? Thank you so much for the follow.
Hello, hello.
Sorry, I'm snacking.
Yuri.
Yuri. How was Armored Core? You saw flowers you had to raid? Ooh. Have you played all of them? Because I haven't played the last one yet. I haven't played the winter. Which is why we're going through the games on stream. Yuri's what I did with your mom last night. Layla. Core's very armored. What is that actually? Is that Final Fantasy? Armored Core? It rings a bell. It sounds like it should ring a bell for me, but I don't actually know. Armored Core? No, that's something else. My bad. It's a mecha game. Sorry. What's the Final Fantasy that I'm confusing it with then? First release July 10th, 1997. That game is older than I am. Ooh, ho ho ho. The thing FromSoft did before Dark Souls. Yeah. Crisis Core. Oh yeah, probably Crisis Core. That sounds about right. Well, I hope you had fun. I know it isn't like 30. No, we have already established that. I only turned 25 in 2 months. Not even a full 2 months anymore. Newest timeless. Yeah. She squeezes her hands together in front of her chest, looking crestfallen. Seeing tears well up in her big round eyes, behind her glasses, I hurriedly grab at the hem of her pleated skirt.
Thank you for the follow. Enjoy your stay.
そう真に受けるなよ。こいつが部屋にいたら来づらいってのは分かってるからさ。
私が
Oh my god, that's a cute pug. I know I'm the one who brought it up, but I hadn't realized just how trying it would be to deal simultaneously with both someone so oblivious and someone so hyper-attentive.
私がいるとなぜ
I love Erika.
部屋に
Erika is actually my favorite character in the Flower series. So I'm so glad that they're switching through with who gets to be a protagonist in the games. You can get jump scared by how young or old someone is. She seriously doesn't get it. I sigh and tell her. Because the present I have a special sort of relationship.
お前は本当に空気が読めないな。
Age is non-existent, so true. Being there for life, no, it could be celebrating. Well, my pronouns are not she, her. My pronouns are actually they, them, but I agree with the rest of that statement. Thank you.
Cookie.
Deciding to blow a little smoke over the real issue at hand, I lightly pat the president's creamy thigh a few times.
私と委員長は深い仲
Oh,
ってやつ
Erika,
なのさ。
please.
部屋にお前がいるとやりにくいだろ。
なるほど
Makes sense, she says.
何鳩が豆鉄砲を食らったような顔してる
It's
ん
the
だ
Queen
よ。
King equivalents for they
高
know.
崎に言ってやれ。
My liege.
お前が部屋に来るまでは蜜月だったって。
I usually just go with liege because that's a funny word. Monarch, yeah, true. God Emperor.
八重垣さん
Liege.
私たちは
Written with L-I-E-G-E.
確かに照れているわね。
だろこれが普通の反応ってやつだ。お前も見習えよ。
Supreme rule of visual novels, knew it. Ah. I like it though. It's like, I mean, obviously we play quite a bunch of visual novels, but I still find it extremely funny. And it's like, oh yeah, I've heard of Nua before. That's the one that plays all of the visual novels. I'm like, I do also play some other games, like twice a week. I play other genres twice a week, and I play a visual novel twice a week. So it's pretty even actually. You say slaying God and Pearly. A little bit of everything. She lets out a strange squeak as I move up her thigh and pat near her bottom. Komikado Senpai glances over at us from where she's instructing the other club members.
八重垣さん
She snaps at me angrily, her face bright red. As you'd expect of her, I guess.
冗談だよ。嫌われてるかもしれない
You squint enough, even Atelier and Yakuza can be visual novels.
でも
I mean, not gonna lie. To me, the gameplay in Atelier feels almost... You know how... Technically, Danganronpa is a visual novel, but Danganronpa has so much like gameplay with the running around on the map and speaking to the characters. To me, it's not a visual novel because there's so much gameplay to it. But if you take it the other way around, you could count an Atelier game as a visual novel with just a little more involved gameplay than usual. But that's not me. For me, a visual novel is this, reading, where most of the stuff is just pressing enter to get to the next text box and maybe a few mini games. But like... Yakuza, a visual novel. You have to squint really hard. Extremely hard. Being a visual novel studio when you have beaten all Yakuza and Atelier games. When I've beaten all Yakuza and Atelier games, I'm gonna move on to all of the Tales of games I own. And then I'm gonna play Kingdom Hearts. I'm never gonna be free. Which hours of videos I say is about the term visual novel has been glorified over the years for just a genre of adventure game. Yeah, for me a visual novel is this. It's reading and advancing text boxes and having little sprites and music and background. It's a book, but it's a visual book. Everything that is more extensive than, oh, I don't know, maybe... To me, Valhalla is not a visual novel. Sure, yes, most of the game is like advancing text boxes, but there's the entire thing about mixing the drinks. That's not just advancing a text box. Tales of Berseria stream, yeah. One day I'm gonna play Tales of, but first I have to read. I have to catch up on Atelier, and with the speed that Gust is putting out Atelier games, it's gonna take another few years. Imagine having all the Kingdom Hearts games several times. Couldn't be me, definitely. Not at all, no. What has a place on the game? Valhalla's definitely a visual novel. Well, see, we're already in disagreement there. When I tell someone of a visual novel, I imagine stuff like Miniko, flowers. Pretty much every visual novel I've ever played on this stream. Ace Attorney toes the line, actually. Because you also... Ace Attorney is a point-and-click game to me, but whatever.
でもお茶会に呼ばれなかったのを残念に思っているのは本当だ。
You exist to disagree, but also definitely right. Keep telling yourself that.
私は委員長の入れる紅茶が気に入ってるんだ。だからお見限りってのはなしにしてくれ。
Because it does everything for you. It does! I have to go back to replay Great Ace Attorney actually, because there's so many achievements I missed out on when we played it on stream. I have like half the achievement. I didn't even get the one that's about getting every single conversation for the letter joke. Okay.
そうね
Has to be ART for you. Yeah, okay,
今度
no.
入れるわね
It definitely does not have to be ART.
活動の説明は終わりましたか
Mm-hmm.
そう仲直りできてよかったいえ
There's tons of good non-ART. Yeah, for sure.
これからみんなで清書をす
For
るの
sure.
ぜひ参加を
Fatamoru, based. You're so right. You are so right. Fatamoru based opinion. I love Fatamoru so much. Everyone who enjoys reading. I'm not gonna try to get people who don't enjoy the principle of reading to get into it, but if you like reading, please read The House in Fata Morgana. I'm begging you. It's such a good game and one of my all-time favorite. Sonic gets murdered, so it's gotta be ART. Also, hi, Sango. Thank you so much for coming in with the raid. None of games are Somnium Files, true. But those have so much gameplay as well. Where I'm like, I know. I guess I am a VN purist. I mean, do you get ice cream these days? Oh, mood. We're still gonna do it. Reading what's that? Something to eat, very tasty.
読書は聞けないのですか
はい
部の長の読書を聞いてみたいのですが
Ooh. With a typical obliviousness, she asks Komikata-senpai to sing for her. The gazes of the other club members grow visibly sharper.
そうね久しぶりに読書をするのもいいわね
She thinks about Fata Morgana, but you're not big on romance. Actually, I feel like... Wait, how was Fata Morgana explained to you? What did you hear about Fata Morgana that I mean, yeah, the romance is an aspect of it for sure, it's important, but that's not the first thing I would recommend about it to people when I tell them to read Fata Morgana, not at all. Thank you for that, then. Romance is not the biggest focus, but it changes people. Oops, I'm a changed person. Like in the same way that Umineko has changed me, Fatamoru definitely changed me. Again. I read Fata Morgana before I read Umineko. Watched someone play a couple and was 90% girl, tries to live a summer beat. Yeah, no. I think you should hopefully give it another chance. My poor man, Micha. Some weird dude. Some weird vampire looking dude. My poor man getting dragged. He hasn't done anything wrong in his life ever. Umineko is very good, yeah. Oh. Umineko is great. Umineko changes people. Oh. Umineko changes people and Fatamoru changes people. In my personal, humble opinion. Something vampire looking good. If it wasn't so long, or if I had more free time, I would actually play Fata Morgana on stream. If I just had like a month to just stream it straight, I would do that. What is it about then? Yeah, you gotta find out. You gotta find out. It's about a very special mansion. Komikata-senpai herself doesn't seem to mind. She speaks to the pianist, asking her for an accompaniment. And which song does she start to play? Ooh. The song from that day. The one that always recalls the Feast of the Assumption.
そうこの曲を高坂真由里が歌ったのね
She remembers the name of the girl who disappeared.
そして伴走者は白羽ス王。
Hey, when did she find that out? I set up to stream on auto text and that's all I was on stream. It can't be described as a romance VN. No, yeah, no. The romance is in there, sure, but it's not a romance VN. Nico is about a cat girl. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Nico features another Erika that I really like. The president's eyes harden at her muttered words. Perhaps she's wary of Takasaki saying something she doesn't want to hear, or perhaps...
用意ができました。八重垣さん、高崎さん、こちらへどうぞ。
A clear voice resounds through the chapel, breaking the tense mood. I tap my Amici partner on the hip and move toward where Komikata-senpai is waiting up on the stage. Nico's about problematic woman. I love it for that. Oh, for real. I support women's rights and I support women's wrongs also. You remaining ignorant of Nico until you read it? Very good. It's one of those where I'm like, I really want to get into it. You should get into it as unspoiled as you possibly can. I feel like that's much more of an improvement, because theorizing about what's going on is so much fun. Hi. In the end, Takasaki doesn't join the choir club. Nina Komikata's haunting rendition of the Tota Pulchra is made all the secret vulnerabilities of my soul just ache. It resonated with me so much that I'd almost certainly have joined a choir club myself had I heard it before turning into such a hopeless cynic. But even after hearing that, when Komikata-senpai asked if she'd be joining a club at the end of our visit, it's not the kind of singing I'm aiming for. That's how Takasaki responded. Komikata-senpai just smiled a gentle smile and nodded, as though she'd expected Takasaki to answer as
あな
such.
たは一人の心を動かしたいのね。
That's what she said at the time. I don't know what she saw in Takasaki.
私には歌はよくわからない。
I wonder how long it's gonna take you to get through Nico room. Because it took me... I never remember. I have 24 hours on the question arcs and 36 hours on the answer arcs. So it is a bit... It takes a little while. No, I played those myself. That's my own reading time. As I'm lying in bed, I hear the faint sound of singing drifting in through the open window like the distant warble of birds. Listen to the voice. The melody is so faint that I wouldn't have picked up on it at all if I didn't already know it was the sound of someone singing. Still not fully awake to the world, I pull myself across the bed and grab my wheelchair. I make my way over to the window. The lilting tune drifts in through the opening. Just like when I'd heard it before, there's something sad about it.
聖歌のように万人に向けての歌じゃない。だが
It's not bad. I slowly close my eyes to better listen to the pleasant tune. I wonder when they're actually gonna speak about her getting up more early to sing. At Sister Basquiat's request, I tried to ingratiate Takasaki to the class, but the end of term examinations are upon us.
ねえそうちゃんこれってどういう
So everyone's cramming.
ちょっといちごね先に質問していたのは
二人ともまだ休み時間は
Hasn't
残
forgotten
っ
it
て
took
い
you
るから。
30 hours, it took you 16. Yeah! So if Umineko overall took me around 80 hours, it's probably gonna take you a little more. Shirahane smiles under the twins' barrage of questions. She looks both a little put out and at the same time like she's really enjoying herself. Perhaps she likes having others rely on her. On the other hand, the president who's best suited to helping people out with studying and stuff...
ちょっと順番ですからだから押さないで
is about as popular as a real president right now.
実際白羽と委員長の学歴
Well,
は
one of them is
そう
more
違わないん
easily
だが
approachable. She's like a flower on a lofty peak, somewhere just beyond reach, or rather, it can seem as though she willed at the softest of touches. Because Shirahan is so hard to approach, the only ones who go to her for help are the Sasaki sisters.
こっちは
絶対値と正負の数の大小。正の数でも負の数でもない数を答え。
Mamichi is scribbling furiously and muttering to herself. Of course, there's no one else around. She's sticking with self-study.
ま、そりゃ私も同じだけどさ。
Seeing all my classmates knuckling down, I don't really feel like I have a choice.
試験がダメだったら安息日が丸々補習になるって聞いちゃね。
We also have Saturdays off, but since we have chapel all morning, it essentially works out to a half day. The only full day off we have is Sunday, the Sabbath.
絶対値
It
と
is a Catholic boarding school, that would make sense.
私が知りたいわよ。
The thought of those precious days of being lost to supplementary classes is enough to make even me get serious. I approach Takasaki, who's glaring down at her textbook with narrowed eyes, and peer at the notes she's scribbling.
絶対値。今さらお前。
何？
いや、仕事で忙しかったろうしな。
Watching my Michi partner stumble at the very first step, I end up showing her a bit of sympathy. Takasaki's glaring daggers.
余裕そうね。
She mutters.
本の虫だからな。ご多分に漏れず、勉強はそこそこできる方だよ。
Are we? I do not know how to study. I would usually just cram the night before an exam. And like the hour right before we wrote it, I would try to just read up on everything as much as possible. And made sure to, like, everything I could immediately answer, I'd write down before I forget, and then work through the problems that take longer. I made it through school just fine, but I don't know how to study.
3番って
ああ、花火師白羽の次くらいだよ。数学をやってんのか？なら委員長に教えてもらえ。あいつ理数系が得意だからな。
Eyes take on a hint of fear at my proposal. She rubs at them, then shakes her head slightly.
花火師さんは私に苦手意識を持っている。
You also
差し
never
向
learn
かい
how
で
to
教えても
study.
らえるわけがないわ。
It's like I made it through. I couldn't tell you how, but I made it. I also hate math, so.
Thank you for the follow, welcome in.
おお、少しは相手が見えるようになったんだな。だが委員長は性善説の人だからな。頼めばうなずいてくれるだろうよ。
My studying would usually be like, take all of our notes from class and the textbook and write down, like in short bullet points, all of the important bits, and then read through it over and over and over and over. Because when I wrote it down, it at least stuck a little more, but even then, I'm not sure that's actually studying or not, because I would do that for maybe an hour, and then I'd be like, okay, I'm done. I read through it 15 times. I'm not sure it's gonna stick anymore if I read it another 5 times, so...
性善説
She gets hung up on the strangest things. Despite a bit of grumbling about her lack of understanding, I start to explain.
もう知っておっさんが人間の本性は基本的に
This
善であ
old
るって
dude.
決めたんだよ。儒教の中心概念。
へえ。
へーって興味ないのかよ。お前が聞いたんだろうが。もう一
I
つ
don't think
対
she
にな
really
るのが
cares,
性
Erika. I'll
悪
be
説。
very
純子が
fucking
唱えた
honest.
人の差がは悪なりってさ。
そう。私は純子の方に1票だわ。
You do! She butts in with her thoughts before I can finish my explanation. Well, I suppose I'm on his side too.
だから委員長に。
I glance over in her direction. It looks like it'll be difficult to break through the wall of people surrounding her.
ま、独学で学んだ方が早そうか。
ええ。だから邪魔しないで。
Okay! She dismisses me and goes back to glaring down at her textbook.
面倒くさい空気を部屋に持ち込まなければ何も言わねえよ。
Ooh, the girls are fighting. I give her a clear warning. But she comes back in the same maddening mood. Of course she does.
なあ。なあ、おい。
何？
Damn, girl.
今、昼食中だぞ。教科書なんて無粋なものは持つな。
The only time I get to choose my food in any real sense is lunchtime. I don't want boring things like schoolwork intruding on my fun time.
放っておいて。
お前はつまらない教科書を開いてつまらないサラダを食ってるんだからい
Ooh,
いけど
tempura.
な。こっちは久しぶりの天ぷらなんだ。楽しみたいんだよ。
Fried in tempura batter and spread before me are shrimp, whitefish, green beans, and a shrimp and onion fritter, as well as miso soup and pickled vegetables. There's also a glistening mound of white rice. It's a real feast. I don't want it to be ruined by her gloomy attitude.
あなたはあなたで勝手に食べればいいでしょ。
But it would be nice if you wouldn't focus on studying during lunchtime.
お前有名な言葉を知らないのか？何を食べるかじゃなく、誰と食べるかだ。陰気のやつと食べたら何食っても美味しくなくなるぜ。
I throw this back at her and reach for the fish tempura. First, I want to serve it without any condiments like salt or dipping sauce. The crispy coating, which is just the right thickness, crunches appealingly as I bite into it. A mouth-watering smell wafts up towards my nostrils. I savor the complementary texture of the batter, fried to perfection. The soft, flaky fish, the sweet taste of it all. It's absolute bliss.
いや悪い。やっぱり何を食べるかが重要だ。
Damn it, Erika. The mystery, well, the overall mystery of flowers is what happened to Mariri Kosaka and where has she gone. But in this particular game, erika takes center stage. So it's more about how life continues and what's happening with the new
美
people.
味しそうじゃない。
She's eyeing up my tray of food enviously. With great reluctance, I pick up a shrimp, dip it in a little matcha salt, and hold it out to her. My meat partner bites into it without a word, nor any hesitation.
これ美味しいわね。
Why don't you eat stuff that's not a salad? Once at least. It's not gonna kill you. Although I'm used to it by now, I still feel a bit embarrassed about feeding her like this. There's something sensual about the movement of her crimson-stained lips when she eats.
しかもエビだしな。フランクフルトなら。いや、マッチョイズム的すぎるか。
Erika. The image makes me grin. Takasaki looks at me suspiciously, but goes ahead and gets out her notebook. Oh, you liked it? She quickly jots down her personal thoughts.
お気に召したようだな。なんだ、天ぷらも食ったことないのかよ。確かに油はスタイル維持の天敵かもしれないけどさ。
あるわ。ただ前に食べたものより美味しかったから加えたのよ。ん？
She stops writing and tilts her head, munching on a pickle to cleanse my palate. I ask her what's the matter.
今食べたものだけど、それって洋食？
I'd known she was indifferent when it came to food, but this is such a ridiculous question that for a moment I just stare at her in amazement.
はあ？お前バカじゃねえの？洋食なわけないだろ。どうやったら勘違いできるんだよ。
そう、違うのね。
当たり前だっての。洋食って和食に決まってるだろうがよ。
Why are we laughing?
勘違いだわ。私は洋食か聞いたの。
Oh my god,
もう
Erika.
やめろって。
笑うのをやめて。やめなさい。
Takasaki's glaring at me, her face flushed with embarrassment. Now that I know why she always squints like that, though, I can pretty much brush it off.
勝手に笑ってなさい。
お前それは虎の子だぞ。
Dun dun dun! My shrimp and onion fritter crunches satisfyingly between her teeth as she bites into it. That sound alone is enough to get anyone drooling.
あまり桜エビは好きな味ではないわね。
く 食い物の恨みは恐ろしいって言葉を知らないのか。
She doesn't have the princess. Oh, oh god, no, no, no. That wouldn't fit her character. Takasaki closes her notebook, spares one portion of the boiled egg quartered on her plate, and holds it out for me to eat. I guess she means to reciprocate.
食べさせるのはよくても逆は。
Just take it. I'm averse to being doted upon. In moments like these, speed is key. Once you start overthinking it,
そう、卵は嫌いなの。
she promptly pops it into her own mouth. As she takes a sip of water, I try to calm my pulse, which is really racing for some reason.
あなたはテスト勉強はしなくていいの？
I frown, bewildered by her question for a moment before she shoves the textbook at me.
聖書か。
Ugh.
そう。5教科は得意のようだけど、こちらも堪能なのかしら。
Bible study. If we study together, we should do okay. To be completely honest, I'd forgotten.
そうか。5教科だけじゃないんだよな。
You go to a Catholic boarding school, Erika. I have laughably little memory of what we've learned in Bible study so far. I've always thought it criminal to waste brain cells on things I'm not interested in, but now I'm starting to wonder if that was foolish of me.
うちの2番目の姉が言っていたよ。
何？
冴えない時間を一緒に過ごしたやつが友達だってな。資源だよな。
それって一緒に勉強しようってこと？
She looks dubious, and yet she reaches for her notebook and fiddles restlessly with her pen.
2人でやればなんとかなる。
We'll somehow make it through. I say that, but one of us is kind of a weak student, and the other one doesn't even remember being told what would be on the test.
無理か。
I trail off. The silence stretches on, and Takasaki goes back to a previously forgotten salad. I also start on the shrimp I'd been so looking forward to, but it's gone cold. When temperature cools down, the oil makes it go soft and gummy, and it loses all its flavor. I let out a sigh.
まだ死ぬ気はない。だが、もし死ぬとしたら、時と場所は自分で選ぶ。
どうしたの？おかしくなったの？
わしは舞い降りたっていう映画のセリフだよ。時と場所を選ぶためにも戦わなくちゃならないもんな。
I do not know that movie. I'm thinking to myself that my only option is to have someone tutor me. I'm not good at asking people for things, but in this case it's unavoidable. Picking up a piece of cold tempura with my chopsticks, I considered a possible candidate. There's only so many people who would tutor you. I mean, Sue would probably do it. I'm the one who decided that I needed someone to tutor me in my least favorite subject, and since I'm loath to ask people for things, it stands to reason that I go to the person I have the easiest time approaching, my bookworm buddy. There's nothing unusual in that. However...
どうしたね。難しい顔をしてい
Oh
るぞ。
god.
もしかしてあの日なのかい？
My upperclassman grins cheerfully. She has a unique talent for coming out with things that would normally constitute sexual harassment without it coming off as crass.
自分は思い
I'm
もな
not
ん
sure
で
that's a good
あの
thing.
日ならもっと人相が悪くなってますよ。っていうか、なんでいるんですか？
Yatsushita Senpai flaps the collar of her summer uniform to cool herself down.
おかしなことを言うな君は。
Ah,
八重垣くんが聖書の教科が苦手だからと教えを請うてきたんじゃないか。
ah.
先輩には一つも。
ん？それとも何か？聖書を教えてくれというのは建前で、僕と秘密の勉強をしたいということかい？ん？
Hmm. She smiles suggestively at me, still fanning her chest, and leans forward.
やめてくださいよ。佐々木姉妹じゃないんだ。先輩がやったらシャレにならない。
I avert my eyes from the mounds of her breasts visible through her open collar, and I think back a little on how this all came to be. Right, yesterday after class, I'd asked Shidahana, who was working in the library, to help me out with Bible study.
ええ、私でよければ。
Jesus good, Sinbad, love each other no matter what, Bible study over, let's go home, yip, yeah!
そうか。
I don't think that's gonna be enough for the test, though.
お前に断られたらどうしようかと思ったよ。
エリカさんの頼みを断るなんてしないわ。
Aww.
おい、また。
八重垣さんには八代先輩の時に貸しがあるって言われていたものね。
That's right, I had said that when I helped her out back then. The Yuzuya Yatsushita incident. A person's aspect of being the culprit
高
was...
坂真由里。
They're not doing great on the love each other part so far. They're trying. I'm not saying they're succeeding, but they're trying. Write Jesus in every question because Jesus is always the answer. She must have been thinking back on the same thing as me. Edemina had been no different than to usual, but now an incomparably sad expression falls over her countenance. Tears well up in her eyes, threatening to spill forth at any moment. My chest constricts violently like I've run out of air.
あいつのことは
これは18歳未満には見せられない状況かな。
Excuse me? An incongruous voice dispels the heavy mood.
放課後の社用の図書室で見つめ合う乙女たち。絵にはなるが、なるべくなら人目につきにくい場所でやった方がいい。
何もしようとしてませんよ。
本当かい？僕は性差別者ではない。
Okay, Yuzuria. Thank you for the pen, thank you for your time. I pronounced it correctly. Nice. Yeah, Yuzuria, you're no homophobe. You will have your chance to shine next game. Pressing with the tightness of my chest, I begin talking with the suspicious Yatsushiro senpai, and as a result...
君から頼んできたんじゃないか。
思い違いですよ。
I was so flustered, it's certainly possible that what I said could have been taken that way. I just wanted to wrap Shirahana up in my arms and wipe the sad look from her face.
思い違いだ。
ん？何をつぶやいているんだい？もしかして僕の胸を盗み見ることに夢中なのかな？
I find it very funny when even Erika gets flustered and
先輩と一緒だといいことが一つだけあり
completely
ます
know
ね。
how to answer.
何かな？
落ち込む暇もない。
そりゃ傑作だ。
Shirahana and Takasaki, who are also here studying, look over curiously at the sound of Yatsushiro senpai's laughter.
白羽さん、この一文だけど、これは誰に対して告げた言葉なの？
はい。
Oh, we're all studying together! Although she's still sending anxious glances my way, Shirahana diligently answers Takasaki's question. We decided to study in our bedroom, but we hadn't had enough desks and had to grab some from an empty room. We sat by the bed, while Shirahana and Takasaki over by the bookshelf. Takasaki suddenly shifts, and I find myself watching Shirahana now visible across the desk from her. As far as I'm concerned, my bookworm embodies the...
どうしたね、八重垣くん。気もそぞろじゃないか。
いえ、こちらも勉強に戻りましょうか。
I open up my textbook to the section that will appear on the test. Phrasing used in the Bible is pretty annoying and that it can be interpreted multiple different ways. When it comes to our exams, there should be just the one right answer. I look up to ask Yatsushiro senpai for her opinion and...
何か顔についていますか？
いや、君と君のアミティアは面白いなと思ってね。
Are we? I suppose from the outside our double act could be pretty amusing.
ですかね。こちらとしては面白いだけじゃ済まない。
そうなのかい？
一度料理部で話した感じで察しているんじゃないですか？性格的に合わないってのは。
I think they work pretty well together, actually. After being so honest with my feelings, her response hits me like a bucket of ice water.
僕はそうは思わない。
She fiddles with her silvery bangs.
バスキア教諭にも言われましたけどね。私としては違和感しかありませんよ。
違和感。違和感か。八重垣くん。違和感という
Yeah,
のは
like I
ね、
said, the J's
似
are,
ているからこそ
for
感
some
じるものなんだ
reason,
よ。
fucked up.
はい。
違和感というのは何かしら共通する部分が多くあるから感じるものなんだ。似ているからこそ同じじゃない部分が気になるのさ。
It's a fitting explanation, but looking over at my amitié partner who's concentrating too hard on her studies to pay any attention to our conversation, I'm loath to agree.
まあなんだ。せっかくのアミティア同士なんだ。上手に付
We
き合
love
う。
Izus in this house.
だが生々しい関係まで行くと
イ
面倒く
ズ
さいことになるだろうけどね。
At her joke, I found my eyes drawn unconsciously to Shirahana, who's writing away studiously.
八代先輩は性差別者でないと言ってたと記憶してますが。
僕個人はそうだ。だがここはキリスト教の学び屋だからね。
To be honest, I don't know much about that sort of thing, though I've heard it said often enough how big a deal they make out of virginity.
まあ近年では不当な扱いを差別だとしているところもある。だがまだ難しい問題だろうね。
She mutters to no one in particular. I feel a strange unease seeing the usually hyperactive Yatsushita-senpai looking so uncharacteristically glum.
いや、白羽と高坂のことを思っているんだろう。
I'm sure she's aware of the situation between them, but then why would she bring up this topic with Shida-han in the same room, even if she's keeping her voice lower?
疲れた顔をしているね。
いや、八代先輩の方が。
指導してかれこれ1時間余りだ。リフレッシュする必要があるね。
She leaps to her feet and, ignoring the startled looks from the others, leans in close to me.
先輩
She suddenly lifts me up in her arms and I let her something close to a shriek.
ようやく年下らしいところを見せたな。
Why do they always pick her up? Grinning at me like the cat that got the cream, my own trademark look, she carries me over to the bad bridal style.
まさか予行練習でもするって言うんですか？
まさかと言ったら
It's hard to tell when this one is joking. Hey, don't look at me like that. I glare back at Shida-han and Takasaki, feeling my cheeks flush hotly. She lays me down on the bed and clambers on top of me.
さすがに笑えなくなってきたんです
What
け
the
ど。
hell?
へえ、ならどうする？
このまま蹴り上げますよ。
She laughs for a while, seemingly tickled by my off-color joke, then slides her hand between my side and the bed.
うつ伏せになってもらうよ。
Huh? Oh yeah, She turns me over, settling herself down by my thighs. I can feel the soft weight of her breasts on me.
千鳥を得たぞ。
Hello?
何のつもりなんです？
乗ってくれないんだな。マッサージだよ。疲れた顔をしていたじゃないか。
I'm relieved to know she's not planning anything outrageous. Wait, hang on, a massage?
よくサッカー終わりの弟へマッサージを。
This is escalating
僕
quickly!
の腕はなかなかのものだよ。
Good thing these games are all ages.
別に凝ってなんか。
She reaches out a hand and runs it down my shoulder blade, then applies a good amount of pressure.
だいぶ凝っているね。読書で目を酷使しているのだろう。
いや、そりゃそうなんですが。
She presses her knuckles into the area below my shoulder blade and I feel something loosen. I didn't think I was that tense, but under this exquisite application of pressure...
こいつはなかなか。
Pleasure clouds my mind and words of I hate that word. Acquisitions slip from my mouth.
だろう。僕のマッサージは好評なんだ。たまにネリにもしてやっていてね。
コミカド。先輩にもですか？
ああ、あいつも気苦労が多いからね。
After she's finished loosening up my shoulders, she moves down to my back and sides. Aware that she may end up brushing my chest, I instinctively tense up.
そっちはあまり凝っていません
This
から。
song is so special now.
いや、上半身の筋力が波とは違うね。やはりおっと、これは微妙な話題だったか。
今さら気にしちゃいませんよ。
Reassured, she sets about carefully, kneading from the top of my back down to my waist, focusing on my spine. With every press of her thumbs, I can feel my muscles relaxing.
どうにも落ち着かないんだよな。
Shida-han and Takasaki are watching our impromptu massage session with wide open eyes, and then there's the fact that Yatsushiro-senpai's butt is pressed fast against my thighs. I can feel it clearly through the thin pleats of my skirt, a touch of her soft, supple buttocks. We're both girls, but this is a Yuri game set in Catholic boarding school. I can't help but think back on our brief conversation about homosexuality earlier.
そろそろいいです。だいぶ楽になりました。
ん？そうかい？まあ、背筋はほぐしたが。
I'm relieved when the sensation of her butt disappears.
足の方もやっておこうか。
Dun. I quickly shift away as her hands brush my thighs. No, they're dangerously close to my crotch.
いや、本当に大丈夫ですか？
Jesus Christ!
そうかい？存外凝っている気もするんだがね。
I'm sure Yatsushiro-senpai didn't mean anything bad by what she said, but Shirahana makes a shocked sound and I look over at them. Shirahana's peeking out from between her fingers, her cheeks red, while Takasaki's watching us intently with narrowed eyes.
私を見るな。瞬きしろ。ん？どうしたんだい？もしかして僕と八重垣君の仲の良さを焼いたのかい？
Ah, nice.
そうじゃなくて。
そうじゃないとは寂しいな。スオ君は僕にとって特別な存在。
We're all very special to you, aren't we?
先輩、人の上で口説くのはやめてくださいよ。
I love her. She chuckles and I feel a soft pressure on my thighs again. While Shirahana's tittering nervously, Takasaki takes charge.
次は講師を変えて指導するというのはどうでしょう。
Good idea! Phrasing! She makes a suggestion.
ほう、スオ君の教えでは不服かね？
いえ、せっかくなので二階屋の会の会長にも教えてもらいたいのです。
なるほど。多面的な捉え方もできるようになるか。採用しよう。
She readily accepts the idea and pulls away from me. A sigh of relief escapes my lips at the soft heat I'd been feeling on my thighs leaves, along with the pressure of her body. I also sit up and before she can try anything else uncalled for, move myself to the edge of the bed. My Michi partner brings my wheelchair over as usual.
初めてお前がアミティエでよかったと思ってい
Just
る
can't pick someone who weighs as much as them. Yeah, they're all very strong! I tell her weakly.
ティーロワイヤルって知ってる？
Nope. The president asks me this as I'm sipping at my favorite Russian tea and I shake my head.
紅茶の飲み方の一つでね、こうやってスプーンに角砂糖をのせ
Along with my other classmates who have been invited to the tea party, I watch as he demonstrates.
そして角砂糖の上にブランデーをちょっぴり注ぐの。そして
Why do you have
マッチで火をつけ
brandy?
ると綺麗に
I
青い
don't
火
think
がつ
you...
いて、
Excuse me?
あとはお砂糖が溶けたら紅茶に溶かして飲むのよ。
Although she doesn't actually show us the part with the brandy and the flame. Oh, okay.
面白そうな入れ方だな。
ええ、紅茶にブランデーの香りを加えて楽しむ飲み方なの。大人よね。
She makes it sound as though she very much approves of drinking alcohol, and one of the excitement of finishing the end of term exams has gone to her head too.
酒で酔っ払って紅茶の味なんてわからなそうだけどな。
I know it's used in cooking here and there. I just meant like, I don't think she would have brandy here in school as they're underage.
火でアルコールは飛ぶからその心配はいらないらしいわ。
Oh,
コーヒーでも同じことができるそうよ。
okay.
へえ、私としてはそっちの方が好みかな。
President, who's firmly in the tea cam, gives a cry of mock frustration.
その調子じゃテストの結果良かったみたいだな。
え、受け取るときに慌てないくらいには。八重垣さんはどうなの？
We'd finished with the end of term exams and have already got back our graded papers. I unconsciously find myself looking for Takasaki.
なんとかなったよ。聖書だけがなんだったが、赤点は免れた。
It seems that Takasaki, who had been in the same boat as me before the test, just scraped by herself. She managed to pass in the 5 core subjects as well.
で、佐々木姉、妹ともおとなしいが、
Oh
お
no.
前らはどうだったんだ？
いきなり何を言うのかね。そうです。人権蹂躙ですよ。
It really isn't.
お前らの何を蹂躙したってんだよ。
蹂躙？エッチな響きだね。
Ichigo elicits a laugh from our classmates as she wiggles her hips. No one's sneering. It's warm laughter without any trace of malice. They're a generous crowd.
赤点は取っていないですよ。
Good job.
スオちゃんと一緒に勉強してたんだからね。むしろ成績は上がりました。
Ooh.
八重垣ちゃんはなぜ赤点を取ったのだと思ったのです？
そりゃ、
I pluck one of the colorful macarons sitting in front of the Sasaki twins and toss it into my mouth.
犬が餌を食べないときは病気にかかっているって言うだろ。
おお、犬扱いですか。
Actually, you fruits.
ワンちゃんは可愛いからいいけど、勉強に根を詰めすぎたから終わった今でも調子が悪いんだよね。何せ口を開けたら英単語がこぼれ落ちそうで。
A few of the other girls nod their agreement. The younger Sasaki finally picks up a bright orange macaron and takes a bite. A smile immediately spreads across her face. Sweets make everything better.
でも期末テストも終わったし、週末には収穫祭もあるから、そこまでには復調しとかないとね。
収穫祭？
It's the first I've heard of it, and the same must go for some of the others as we all look towards the president.
7月のこの時期に行われる学院の年間行事の一つよ。学園祭を収穫祭と呼ぶところもあるけど、この学院の収穫祭は文字通りの意味なの。
収穫した野菜を食べるってこと？
ええ、今でも農場で収穫した野菜をいただいているでしょ。だから食べ物に対する感謝の心、食の意義や大切さの理解を目的に開催されるの。
へえ、まあご立派なこったが楽しいのかね。
Even after the president's little sermon, I can't see any significance in it besides eating vegetables together with everyone. I can't help but wonder why the Sasakis are so excited about it. As if sensing my doubts, the younger sister spreads her arms wide and addresses me.
収穫祭ではトウモロコシが振る舞われるのですよ。
Ooh, corn!
ああ、焼きとうもろこしは確かにうまそうだな。
My taste buds recall the flavor of the barbecued corn I ate at a nighttime stall that my sister once took me to. The wonderfully sweet aroma, the corn slathered in soy sauce and slightly charred, the fragrant explosion of taste as I sank my teeth into it.
そう、それについにスイカ様まで食べられるんだよ。
That's an interesting combination, watermelon and corn on the cob. My fantasy is interrupted just as I'm about to take my first bite, and I steal the macaron in front of her in retaliation. This one's the color of green tea.
そういえば農場での世話にスイカも入ってたっけな。ようやく食べられるところまで来たのか。
自分で育てたスイカを食べられるとか贅沢だよ。トウモロコシも楽しみだし、体調を戻した上でお腹を減らしとかなきゃ。
She grabs the macaron and stuffs the whole thing into her mouth, and I wonder if she hasn't recovered simply through talking about it. There's another laugh from the group.
ま、高崎のやつにも後で教えておいてやるかね。
I look around at the other participants, even though I know I won't find her among them.
白羽。
If you take everything I don't like as a personal insult, that's gonna be a very long list of insults. Just saying. Just saying, that's gonna be a very long... There's quite a lot of food I don't like. New master insulter. No! Yeah! Spotting my Pokemon body sipping tea by herself a little removed from the circle, I push my wheelchair over to her. Teacup in hand, she's gazing out at the cool amber surface of the water with a sorrowful look on her face. In her eyes, what the hell, why did I say face? Her lips seem to be forming words and I strain my ears to make out what she's saying.
コーヒー、そう、あの時も。
Are you a food hater? Well, I'm not a food hater. There's just a lot of food that I can't eat or I don't like eating, so... Her voice is barely above a whisper and I can't catch it at all.
よー彼女、暇だったら一緒にお茶でもどうだい？
Yo, 彼女。
八重垣さん。
My banter must have flown right over her head. No, perhaps she didn't even hear me. She's staring at me like she's just awoken from a dream.
収穫祭の話で盛り上がってるみたいだぜ。白羽も混ざってこいよ。
ええ、そうですね。
Her mind's obviously off somewhere far away.
やっぱりこいつ。
Makes sense. Seeing Shirahane struggle with this pain, I don't know what I can say. The days tick by and the weekend arrives. The harvest festival that the twins had been so looking forward to begins. Just as we discussed at the tea party, the food we'll harvest sure enough includes corn and watermelon as the main features. Apparently we'll also be gathering eggplants, onions and bell peppers. They'll then be served as accompaniments at tonight's barbecue. Since the theme is giving thanks for all of our food and appreciating the value of life, I'm sure it's fine if there's some meat included in the meal. I look over to the Sasakis who are gathering eggplants and peppers.
私もあっちの方が良かったな。
はい、どうしました？
Sister Basquiat overhears my muttering. Even under the burning rays of the summer sun, her refreshing smile never falters.
ああ、いえ、食べるのが楽しみだなって。
そうね、私も収穫祭はいつも楽しみにしているのよ。
Out of the corner of my eye, I can see her bashfully pressing her hand to her cheek as I watch the laughing Sasaki sisters harvest eggplants using their pruning shears.
あっちは楽そうでいいよな。
While I got roped into accompanying Sister Basquiat and harvesting the corn.
これ、意外と重労働ですよね。
To harvest the corn, you have to hold each ear up by the tassel and then snap it off from the stalk. It takes a lot of strength. I end up really straining myself each time I attempt it. But Sister Basquiat, who is much stronger than she looks, is breaking them off with ease.
コツをつかめばそうでもないのよ。あ、それはダメ。もう一つ隣のものをもぎってちょうだい。
順番に収穫していくんじゃないんですか？
旬になったかそうでないかの見分け方があるの。実の上の毛が茶色くなっていたら収穫時期なのよ。
Oh.
へえ、そういう見分け方があるんですね。
I nod and reach for the ears with a brown tassel. I can snap it off without really putting all of my strength into it, including my core muscles. A huge ear of corn comes off in my hand with a satisfying crunch. I suppose this is kind of fun.
ちゃんとやっているわね。
She peers down at the corn in my hands, which I've been about to peel the husk from.
お、サボりかい？
違うわ。みんなが遊んでいないか見回っているのよ。ダリア先生、ごきげんよう。
Yoki I keep an eye on the two of them as I peel the leaves from the corn cob.
あら、虫に食べられちゃったのかしら。
粒が歯抜けになっちまってるな。
I've been told it was ready to harvest, but here we are. Noticing my look, Sister Basquiat flaps her hands around her cheeks, flushing.
これは仕方がないことなのよ。これは虫が食べたのではな
Oh,
く、
okay.
受粉させるのを誤ってしまった結果なの。
Hi, TK. Good evening. Sasaki would probably have something to say about that sounding naughty. However, while her cheeks are still red, Sister Basquiat points to the corn in my hands with a serious expression.
幼穂が開花したら、その穂を切り取って子穂に直接花粉をつけ受粉させるの。
Ah.
この時上手にやらないと、八重垣さんが持ったトウモロコシのように粒が均等でない歯抜けのような状態になってしまうのよ。
そうなんですか。お家でいただいた時にたまに粒が揃ってない不揃いなものがあったけれど、それって受粉に失敗したものだったのね。
The president nods admiringly, her braids shaking.
意外だな。
It is.
何が？
That you would know about it.
委員長の家はいいとこっぽいから、粒が揃ってないトウモロコシなんて食べたことがないと思ったぜ。
祖母が家庭菜園をしていたから知っているの。
Ooh.
夏はよくいただいたわ。
The grandma with the vegetable garden. Classic. I'd always had this image of her as being even more of a proper young lady than Shirahane, but this all makes her seem slightly more accessible.
もったいないから、これはこれで収穫しておこうか。
I pop it into the basket. After all, it's not like it's inedible.
八重垣さんは収穫祭の意義を理解しているわね。
単に貧乏症なだけってのもあるんだが。
I'm deeply reluctant to throw away anything that can still be eaten.
ほら、こっちの食べ頃みたいよ。
She points to a particularly large ear of corn. However, the bird-like tassel hasn't yet turned brown. It's still very green.
私のところはいいから、他の奴らのところを見回ってこいよ。
私も八重垣さんと収穫祭を楽しみたいのに。
こっちは2人で十分だよ。見回りするなら、そうだな。
I look around at my classmates.
最近一緒に。
Yeah, beard. I was wondering myself if they said it like, this sounded wrong. This sounded so wrong. A bird like that? What? Beard. Wait, now I'm confused. The thing you drink is a beer. And the thing you grow on your face is a... I spot Takasaki and Shirahane picking bell peppers nearby. They give the impression that they're getting along like a house on fire, but...
どうしたの？
白羽のところにでも見回りに行ったらどうだ？
あ、
She falters when she sees Takasaki walking beside her.
苦手意識があるのは知っているけどな。顔を出しとかないと、お前の元カノ取られちまうぜ。
元カノって、もう。
Flushing crimson to the tips of her ears, she stares at me and Sister Basquiat, who is regarding us curiously. She fiddles agitatedly with her braids, then
行ってくるわ。
she obediently heads over to Shirahane. It's not because she thinks she's in danger of having her métier partner stolen.
またぞろ。心ない言葉で白羽が傷つかないか心配なんだろうな。
Probably. I watched the president stride over to the two girls, quite honestly.
どうにも気になるな。
さあ、収穫を続けましょう。
Oh! I nod to Sister Basquiat but scratch my head, feeling somewhat gloomy about the dark clouds I sensed hanging over Shirahane.
聖書の中に収穫祭のことが記されています。
Does it now? Sister Basquiat's voice sounds out over the allotments once we finished harvesting all the vegetables.
出エジプト記23章16節にて、主がモーセに仰せになりました。
Ah,
年の終わりには、あなたの勤労の実を畑から取り入れる収穫祭を行わなければならないと。
with the strong rays of the midday sun beaming down on her, she continues her sermon on the meaning of the harvest festival in a lilting, resonant voice. I'm impressed by the way she's able to stand there in the sunlight addressing us without a single drop of perspiration marring her brow.
いつもは間の抜けた感じなのにな。
何？どうしたの？
I tell the Sasaki sisters who have taken up positions next to me to forget it and listen to the sermon, and we all turn our eyes back to Sister Basquiat.
神は荒野の中にいた民に、彼らを父と蜜の流れる土地に導き入れられることを約束され、その収穫物を持って主に対して祭りを持つことを命令されました。春には大麦の収穫時期に初穂の祭りを行います。
Or about Christianity, I guess. The Bible in and of itself is an interesting book. Seeing her in a religious element and discussing a tangible topic has me listening with great interest to a sermon that I would usually have dismissed as boring.
お腹空いちゃったね。
ま、それには同意だ。
As wonderful as a learned sermon from a beautiful woman may be, the scent of the freshly prepared corn is really taunting us. My stomach keeps threatening to growl.
こうして流浪の民は約束の地で主が収穫をもたらしてくださることを認め、主に感謝を捧げ、喜び祝うのです。
十分に主に感謝をしたくなりましたよ。トウモロコシをこの世に作ってくれて。スイカもだよ。
Amen. The Sasakis who've made sure to come on empty stomachs as they promised are watching Sister Basquiat resentfully as her sermon drags on. I almost let out a snort of laughter and whispered to them to stop. Still, while her spiel is appreciated, I do hope she wraps up soon. My stomach can't take much more of this. I stop my lips from curling up into a smile when Sister Basquiat finally enters a closing statement.
収穫祭は我々だけでなく、神ご自身が祝福される祭りでもあるのです。
She continues with her apologue, but as someone who doesn't read religious books, I'm confused as to whether the concept she's talking about is allegorical or not. Then, having finished, Sister Basquiat surveys the students before her.
では、主のお恵みをいただくとしましょう。
Yay! She announces the main event of the festival. That being the matter of enjoying the fruits of her harvest.
あらあら、箸が進んでいませんね、八重垣さん。
ん？本当じゃないか。そんなことでは大きくなれんぞ。
八代先輩に言われると食べなきゃいけない気分になりますね。
All the school year's groups are mixed together enjoying the summer crops. The There doesn't seem to be any formal division of roles, but some students are cutting the watermelons while others barbecue the corn or volunteer to do prep work. Shirahana and the president are part of this group. And then there's me and the Sasakis who are specializing in eating the results. Alternating between both are the president and vice president of the Council of Nikaya, who for some reason have installed themselves next to me.
確かに譲り葉は大きいわよね。私ももう少し欲しいわ。
へえ、コミカド先輩でもそういうことを思うのですね。
譲り葉はもう少しで170代ですものね。
That's what she meant. I regard the two of them. Shirahana's the tallest in our year, but she's still only just over 160 centimeters. Isn't Takasaki around the same height? In fact, when it comes to the measurement I was originally thinking of, she's also...
Bazooka! 八重垣くんが話していたのは背の話ではないよ。僕たち乙女のマストの話題だよ。
マスト
Yatsushiro-senpai spreads her hands exasperatedly a piece of watermelon in one.
女子力が足りないんじゃないか？胸の話だよ。バストさ。ねえ、八重垣くん。
まあ、そうだったんですけども。
Mikado-senpai's skin is so pale to start with that her blush is painfully obvious. She hides her face behind the corn on the cob she'd been nibbling on.
こんな明るい場所でそんなハレンチの話をして。
It's a normal body part, there's nothing shameless about it, except maybe the way she phrased it, but go on. Bazonkas, the big bahonkas, the absolute honka-loving donkas. Bahonka-donkas, yeah! Is massive bazookas.
いいじゃないか。胸筋を開いて話をすることに憧れている。と、以前言っていただろう？
女子力とハレンチって会話で初めて聞いたぞ。
Over the shoulder boulder holders. Until Komikado-senpai, her cheeks still red with embarrassment that I'm envious of her.
八重垣さん、もういじめないで。
この中で一番大きいのはネリーだからな。自慢しておきたまえよ。そういえば。
Sasaki-kun could give you a run for your money, she says, looking in her direction.
そういえば、そうですね。
Since it didn't exactly interest me, I hadn't really noticed. Thinking about it though, hers might actually be bigger than Shirahana's.
だとするとクラス1か。ますます嫌いになりそうだぜ。
Oh, come on, Erika. You don't actually dislike her. My gaze naturally wanders down to my own little houses on the prairie. Instead of saying goodbye into my bold corn on the cob. At least I can be thankful for this sweet bounty.
高崎さんはどこに？
確か。
I look around and spot her next to the Sasaki, single-mindedly chowing down on some corn. She seems to like it enough to add it to her notebook.
食べるのに専念してますよ。コミカド先輩は。
When I turn back to ask her my question,
じっとして。
I find myself paralyzed as she leans in close to me, not literally, of course.
まつげが頬に。さあ、
Ooh.
願い事をかけて。
Do they? I've never seen it happen, actually. Like, I've only seen it happen in movies and visual novels and anime overall. I'm like, okay. Seems weird, but okay.
まつげのおまじないってやつさ。どうぞ、お姫様。
Not having much choice in the matter, I repeat a Buddhist mantra to myself and think about what to wish for.
ふーってまつげを飛ばすの。
I do as I'm told and blow on the eyelash resting on Komikado-senpai's fingertip.
これで願い事が叶ったわ。
She smiles at me.
ごめんなさい。驚いたかしら。
いえ、昔映画で見たことがありますから。まさか自分でやるとは思っていませんでしたけどね。
抜けた乳歯を枕の下に入れておくと妖精が来てコインに変えてくれると似た属性の一つだね。
Are they actually called baby tooth?
歯の妖精ですね。うちでは昔ながらの縁側や屋根の上に投げてってやつでしたけどね。
It always impresses me how different people's upbringing can be when they're not fully Japanese.
It
Chishiro senpai speedily devours a watermelon and picks up another piece.
そっちの方が
Oh,
僕に
really?
は興味があ
Baby
ったな。
cute.
あ、ダメか。歯の生え変わりの頃はマンション住まいだった。
I also have a little case where, well, not all of my baby teeth because I ate 2 of my baby teeth. But almost all of my baby teeth are in there somewhere. Although I'm concerned about the gloomy look that falls over her face in that moment, I steer the conversation toward Komikado senpai, who's nibbling on a barbecued corn like a cute little squirrel.
迷信つながりですが、七不思議の新しい話は分かりましたか？
七不思議？そうね、以前話題に上がってたからまた調べてみたの。今まで判明しているのは4つだったでしょ。
Found the truth by not telling your parents when you lost a tooth. Oh no.
血まみれメアリー、さまよえるウェンディゴ、寄宿舎のシェイプシフター、そして
Read what you listen like you're stronger. I just lost them while I was eating and then just swallowed them, so I only noticed for one of them though. Goddess of truth, that ridiculous superstition had nevertheless proven true exactly as prophesied.
実はね、新しい七不思議なのだけど、それは
ちょっといいかしら。
The sudden hand on my shoulder in the middle of talking about the 7 mysteries sends an icy shock through me.
なんだよ、お前から話しかけてくるなんて珍しいじゃないか。
I feel strangely uncomfortable under my amitié partner's intense stare.
あら、高崎さんもご一緒にどうかしら。
いえ、アミティエに話があるので。
Okay. She flatly turns down Komikado senpai's invitation and grabs the hands of my chair and takes it somewhere private.
もしかして、
Swallowing my candy. Oh no, 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 no. I just had a snaggly tooth and it came off while I was eating and then I just swallowed them.
どうせなら森より海が見える場所がいい。
Finally, having found a suitably quiet place, she stops and comes around to face me.
あなたは鈍感だから気づいていないでしょうけど。あ？彼女、無理をしているように思えるわ。
I'm sure she's waiting for me to make a joke, but given who she's referring
まさ
to...
か、お前から忠告されるとはね。
I've been meaning to talk to her sometime soon, but it looks like sometime soon has become now. With a wave to my amitié partner, I direct my wheelchair over to her. To Susan!
ここでいい。
But that is going to be a longer conversation, probably. Makes more sense than to just know about you. Do I seem like someone who would actively eat a tooth by just grabbing it, shoving it in my mouth, and be like, yes, tasty, crunchy. Oh, thank you for the posture check and the high time. Yes. Here's good to end. Yeah. I was like, I'm waiting for there to be like an end to at least one conversation to end on time tonight. Also, thank you for the ID 10. It can be very terrifying force, only sometimes. Really. And here was hoping I was always a terrifying force to be reckoned with. Oh man. But no, we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop in a good place before I have to leave all of us on another cliffhanger. My headache is okay-ish. My body just has to make some more blood again. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go to sleep right now. And hopefully get some rest. Homosexuality is strong here. It better be. It better be. Even if you know, thank you for coming. I'll continue playing this game on Sunday. I'm gonna see you all again on Friday for more Neo Tweevy, which really has become quite a cursed game. But Gonna do that then. Hope you have a good rest. Thank you. Me too. Me too. I wish I didn't have to go to work tomorrow. Not gonna lie. But yeah, wish you good recovery. Thank you. Let me just switch this over and hopefully not blast all our ears away with the song. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna send you guys over to Perth, which I always pronounce wrong. Who's playing Kingdom Hearts? I have no idea which one that is, but one of them, one of the Kingdom Hearts. This is one of the Kingdom Hearts. I can't talk it. Thank you for the fan, Restful. You too. Thank you so much for coming by. Here is the ranked message. I hope you all have a very, very nice evening. See you all very soon. Have a good night.
And bye-bye. Bye-bye.